our standpoint of doing this. You know what
and
I
it's
mean?
and it's crazy that like we've like all like flipped our thoughts on war and intervention and everything. It's like where like these people ran on like hating the Bush administration and even the MAGA people, like anti the Bush administration for Iraq and Afghanistan and all that stuff, and now we're about to do it the same, and they're like, yeah, Trump, like come
Yeah,
on, like
I know.
pick a
If
really
you
like.
guys, if you guys are audience, if you guys please tap screen share the live. You want to help me reach my live goal? I think I got 9 galaxies up there. And if you want to support the program directly, the information right there, I got a live goal of $125. You want to help out? It'd be great. You want to help out the guests too when they come up here, and I want to hear people who want it. Okay, like if you want this, I want to hear. Do you think he's going to do it? And how happy are you? Okay, you can request up. I want to hear from you. Okay, DJ, how you doing?
What's up, sir? How you doing?
Doing all right, man. Do you think he's going to do it?
Yeah, 55 United States Army veteran, did 20 plus years, been into that region 3 times, 3 tours. Not only are we going to
Thank you
do
for
it,
your service,
okay,
man. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Not only are we going to do it, but it's all Trump theater, and it's only really red meat for his base because there is no tactical advantage right now for it. Just like the last time, we gave them a big warning that we were coming, and what did
Mhm.
they do? They embed deeper. They move, they hide, and they put things away. Now they've had at least a month notice that we were coming. There is no
Now,
tactical advantage.
my thing I'm scared about this time is like if you're the IRGC, right, and you know that they're going to come try to cripple you for, you know, ever. How many troops can they take out from their missiles around us and hit our bases? How many potentially do you think that we could
Well,
lose?
Qatar is basically a sitting beacon of opportunity for them. And they've already pew pewed it one time just for demonstrations that they can.
Mhm.
They will do it again. It's without question. Sometimes you just need to leave well enough alone. And that shit should be just left well enough alone. We got problems here we need to worry about. And I
What?
thought this
How do
whole
you in this
uh,
in this terrible situation? And I don't want it to happen. I want to be very clear here. But in this terrible situation where he hits them and they hit us and we lose thousands of troops, uh, do you think that would shake the faith of him that people have in him? Do you think they would suddenly want to draw down and get the hell out of there if we lost a lot of guys, or do you just think they'll just double
no,
down and keep doing it?
sadly, they're so embedded with this man, they forgot the Constitution. And even to the point where I go into some of the lives, I ask them the first question. I don't want to sit here and argue with you guys. Is it Trump or the Constitution? Which one is higher? And sadly, the result is Trump. So it's like all of the American values that they said that they stood for just went out the window. And as far as the unalivement of troops, I think that honestly, we would probably be the only ones that are going to lose on that out on that because they're going to do like they always do. They embed their troops into the civilian population. So is the target a civilian population? And if that would be pretty much genocide, and that would be pretty much the end of his term because the work councils are going to come after him.
I'm wondering too if he. I mean, I'm just looking at from Iran's standpoint. If you know they're targeting you for elimination, right? You're going to bring out everything you have to stand your ground, and I mean, everything you have. And I have heard that if they shoot on our carriers, right, and somehow they get lucky and they really damage one of our carriers or even sink one of our carriers, I've heard that there's doctrine in there from our military that it's an automatic nuclear response.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
worry about
yeah.
because this guy wants it. Like if our ships got hit and one of them got damaged real bad, partially sunk or whatever, this guy would do something. He's not. You got to realize Pete Hegseth is sitting beside him.
Right.
This guy. I mean, we don't have competent people in there. I mean, the president's not even competent. You know what I mean? Do you worry that this man could do something catastrophic that can change the course of history?
It's kind of setting up that way. It's you can't saber rattle for so long and put us at harm's way without being, presented with harm and danger.
Yeah.
And I got a real feeling that honestly they're going to strike something of ours and it's going to require a response and he's going to respond. And I mean that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? You go poke the bear, then what the frick you think is going to happen to you? You keep poking the bear. And sadly, this bear has got a little bit bigger backing than we know. And if we're worried about pew pews and nukes, let's be clear, people. They are deeply in a relationship with China. China's had nukes since 1964. So to say that they don't already have the opportunity to do something, it would be real naive of us to think that they don't.
Again, if you we're at 16,000 likes, guys, and you guys keep please tapping the screen, sharing it live. You see all the live goals right here up here. If you can help me reach those, I'd appreciate it. And Republicans or Democrats, if you're supporting this and do you think he's going to do it? I want to hear from you. I don't care if you support it. I want to hear you come over here and tell me why you want to do it, why you think he's going to do it, what justifications it is, all that. Because I don't see it. I don't see the justification, and all I see us doing is losing in this.
And my only concern is, what is the target? I mean, if you're telling me 1 minute you're supporting the people's uprising to overthrow the government, so what is your target? The people? That would be contradictory to everything that you said and stood on, but yet he's been a contradictory man since he's been in office, hasn't he?
Yeah, I one fellow sitting there saying tonight. It could be tonight. It could be tomorrow. I think he would probably do it tomorrow during right before the State of the Union. He'll let it break that they're doing it, and he'll go out there and brag about it for an hour. My biggest thing is like, look, I know the IRGC is a bad government, bad people doing bad stuff, but so is Vladimir Putin.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
So is the Congo. So is other places around the world. But we stood on this position. We need to fix home first, and that's what they stood on. And here we go, involving everything else, snatching world leaders right up out of their country for oil.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Venezuela, man, going in there and just taking him, and then look what we're doing all around the world, man. We're taking the oil of Venezuela. We're hijacking that shit, and then what we're doing to Cuba is we're starving people.
Yep.
And people don't have the fuel to run their hospitals and just trucks or anything to take the trash away. It is, and no one is doing anything to us. Like, he's putting such a huge target on us. And like, if you're looking at tourism and stuff, I was read last night we're 30% reduction from Canada, like 5.4% around the world stopped coming to us. You know what I mean? Why would you? I mean, like, we got the FIFA soccer thing coming up soon. Why would you come to this? Why would you come to this country? You know what I mean? It's not even safe here for our own citizens and people who are in this country. He's out of control. I don't understand how, like, people are cheering for this. This is going to end bad for us. He got lucky in Venezuela. He did. That he had boots on the ground and he didn't lose anybody. This guy is not going to be able to handle it if he loses 500 to 1,000 people real quick. You know what I mean?
Oh no, for sure.
He won't be able to handle it, man. I mean, how many doors? I mean, this is like all these MAGA folks. How many doors are you willing to knock on the door here in America and tell them that their son or daughter is not coming home? And can you tell them why? What they were doing? Why they were doing it? Be honest with them. You know what I mean? That's my thing is like, a president should never put his troops in an unwinnable situation. Can we boom the hell out of the place? Yeah. What happens when those boom booms fall, and then they do what they're going to do, and then we watch our people get slaughtered? I don't know if the American people have a stomach for it, sir.
No, not at all. And like I said, what is the tactical advantage? There is none.
Again, the boxes are open. I'm going to start taking some folks up. DJ, hopefully you can hang out.
Yep.
What's up, John? How you doing? John? Did you accidentally request? Okay. No problem. Drop you. No problem. All right. Let's see if we get some folks up here okay. Get Steven up here. Steven always has good opinions. What's up, Steven?
Brother, what's up? Same old stuff. Same old stuff.
Do you think he's going to do it?
Well, no telling what he's going to do. Let's put it that way. My thing is, once he does do it, he better turn and face towards China, because they're coming. Because that's their oil supply.
And I had a lady on here yesterday, a Republican lady, this Juca lady, and she was hoping for us to do it so we cut off the oil to China. Now, I remember a few years ago, I was looking at the history, like what happened with World War II. Why Japan attacked us in the first place? That's because we cut off their oil. Mm-hmm. And they went and attacked us at Pearl Harbor. So if we go into Iran and we cut off China's stuff, and there's 1.6 billion people in China, okay? 1.6 billion. What do you think those folks are going to do when their oil is cut off?
The same thing they did at the Panama Canal when we went down there. China came down there and chased their asses out. Said, "Get out! It's our place, not yours." Chase them all out.
I don't think people really think this stuff through, man. You know.
What if we have another Cuban crisis? What if Russia decides to send a bunch of nukes to doggone Cuba? California history. Goodbye.
Hey, thank you, Nicole, for the $20 on Cash App. I appreciate it, Nicole. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's my thing with this, man. Is like there's a lot of decisions that are about to be made, you know, and it's going to be, you know, I don't. If this was any other Republican, like, you know, a competent Republican, that I know they would have, I don't think we'd be in this situation. That's why we're in this situation, because we got incompetence in there. Thinking that you want to go take on a nation with 92 million people, and you already hit them once, right? And they told us that they did this and they obliterated it. And we're safe now. Here we are again. What, 7-8 months later? You know, here we are. You know, we're about to get right back into it.
He didn't send in bunker busters in there at all. He didn't do none of that. He knew if he could have and did do it to get rid of whatever they had there, it would have turned the Middle East into a black hole of Calcutta. He knows it. Everybody knows it. He's so full of shit. He don't know what he's doing. And if he did, then he's stupid what he's doing.
I don't. Brains. It makes me very nervous. You know, like if you're going in to take out the IRG, you know, like I very much believe that different countries like Russia and Iran, they have those sleeper cell things. I believe they have all around the world. Like when you know your shit's failing, clap, you send out that mission, do what you're supposed to, and we can have something here in our country catastrophically happen that's been here for years. You know what I mean? And I worry about shit like that. I know that might be like the movie part of me thinking that, you know, some of all fears and shit. You know what I mean? That's like, if you ever watch that movie, that's fucking crazy, bro. You know, people here in this country, we have a badass military. We got a lot of toys, but DJ, you military, we can get touched, can't we? You know what I mean?
We've been touched more than once, and I honestly can say there's been no conflict that we truly have won. We didn't win Desert Storm, Desert Shield the time that I was out there. We never won in Vietnam. So there's never no conflict that we won. We went up there to flex our muscles and flex our chests. But to say that any mission was accomplished to certainty and to some resolve, we haven't.
Did I see his True Social post? If you have it, I can read it off, Pam, if you send it to the IG or something like that. Yeah, I have it. I just woke up and I got my butt on live because I'm trying to go live 5 to 8 now during the week. I'm trying to get on here and do this. I thought this was a good topic because I think he's going to do it, and I want to hear from people. You know, I want to hear from all people, left, right. If you like this, if you think it's great, and you want him to do it, come up here. Tell me about it. Tell me why you think it's good, how it's going to help America, how you think it's going to go down. I don't think it's going to be good for us. I think that we're going to get screwed over.
Especially if they send some of them supersonic missiles. They're not going to be able to touch them supersonics. If they decide to let them things rip, that carrier's gone. There's nothing to stop them. Nothing to stop the supersonic missiles. Nothing that I know that we got.
But sadly, with his little petulant brain and how naive and small he thinks, he needs to change the news cycle very quickly because the Supreme Court's decision on his tariffs is bothering the shit out of him. And E-Files is still sitting on top of it as well. He has to do something to change the news cycle. And what other way to do that is to boom another country.
Or he decided to go ahead and charge 15% tariffs on it going a different way. So I don't know. You know.
Oh, someone's saying Trump posted this thing about the General Daniel Kane, the guy that Raising Kane is against the war with Iran. That story does not attribute to the vast wealth of knowledge to anyone. Is 100% incorrect. General Kane, like all of us, would not like to see war, but the decision is made going against Iran at a military level. It is an opinion that is something easily won. What? This is a long. I mean, hold up. So
I'm telling you,
he's getting people around him saying that don't do this, don't do this. What's up, lady?
No, Lindsey Graham's not. Lindsey Graham told him to go do it.
Oh well, Lindsey Graham, that power bottom asshole. That guy,
Yeah.
man, he's a freaking piece of shit, bro. He's a
Yeah, I know, but
he's
he's
a
the
real
one
piece of shit.
egging them on. You know,
Hey,
just go give him the Nobel Peace Prize so he could just go back to his bed, suck his thumb. You
Really
know,
Tulsi Gabbard should have been doing her job and giving us intelligence, but she can't because she's busy riding around the United States looking in trash cans for old votes.
yeah.
well, look at Obama. Look at all the other people that attacked Iran, attacked Pakistan, took people. We never knew they were there until they were already there and captured somebody. Not like Trump. You know, they could do one or two things. Like they got free ride in Saudi Arabia to land our jets there and refuel. That'd be an easy kick to Iran to take out the palace. But do it when nobody knows, because isn't that what he's against? The palace, not against the people. He wants to start boom all the people and do harm to the people, which he's fighting against what they're doing to him. I mean, makes no sense to me at all what he's doing.
I'm wondering too. The moment they go start attacking, is old BB going to jump in there too, start smacking them too? You know, what I mean, or will it only be an American thing? I was wondering if old BB's going to jump in there too, start smacking them too.
I tell you right now, I tell you what, BB better be watching out his back door also, because
oh yeah, they can get them. They can get them.
If they go there, China's coming. China's coming.
Eventually,
you better watch out.
Eventually, I mean, like, I'm no fan of China's government, right? But you keep poking the bear, and again,
that's right.
if you try to take away, remember that's the only reason Japan attacked us when they did, because we took away their oil. We took away their oil. So, what do you fucking think you're going to do? Hey man, you're going to take away our oil? We're going to come hit you. No, I didn't like what Japan did. Fucking terrible what happened to us. But
and I see the comment up here by someone called Iranian Voices, and I just want to educate you on something real quick. 2 aircraft carriers stationed off of your coast does nothing for what your country needs, because your country needs a scalpel to fix your problems.
Iranian Voices, you're more than welcome to come up. You're more than welcome to tell us why you think this is good, why you think he's going to do it. That's why we're here. So if you want to come up, I want to hear from you. I don't care.
Yes, an aircraft carrier is 2 big sledgehammers in a surgery. I don't think you want sledgehammers in a surgery.
All right. Yeah. What's up, Iranian Voices? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's been a really hard time for the Iranian people. We've been going through a lot. We're just really happy right now that and literally waiting. I don't know what news you got, but what happened in Iran hasn't happened in so long. Like over a 2-week span, they massacred over 40,000 people, and media doesn't really cover it. There's this would be the second.
Where's
yeah.
Okay, and like, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Okay, and so the United States is actually coming to help, and they're there to help, and they're going to help.
But this is the same issue that we had in Gaza, right? People would say today now there's 30,000. Oh, tomorrow now there's 60,000. Where do you have the proof?
Oh wow, are you serious?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're gonna come up to me and tell me there's 40,000.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yes.
Well, even Trump himself said 32,000.
Well, I don't.
Even Trump himself said 32,000, and it's way more than that, actually.
Do you believe Trump? When Trump talks, do you believe him?
No, I think it's way more than that. I don't. I believe, and he also lied about one other thing. He said that there weren't going to be any more executions. That's not true. There were executions. They kept taking place.
Can I hear from you? How does the American military going in and taking on Iran, how does that help America? And why should parents here in this country lose their sons and daughters for your country? Why?
Okay, I'm gonna drop. I don't think I'm emotionally able to handle this at this moment. Thank you.
Don't drop. It's a discussion.
Was I being mean?
No.
Was I mean?
No. I wanted to get to the question on how 2 aircraft carriers, where no foot's on the ground, jets are dropping pew-pews from 15, 20,000 feet, is going to help her people out.
I wasn't trying to be mean.
More massacre, right there, Sarge?
Yeah, I mean, it's a sledgehammer.
Yeah. And plus they're coming through Saudi Arabia too, because they opened up the airspace. His little buddy over there that he had that.
What's up? What's up, Timothy? How you doing?
Doing good.
So do you think he's going to go in and do it?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! This guy's going all in on fucking civil war, man. It's gonna be horrible.
Do you think he should?
Fuck no. Do I know he's gonna do it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Now you
I
said you're
think
opposition.
so.
I thought
Yeah, dude. I'm a Trump supporter, but it's kind of crazy how we got here, dude. Going from his first term to now. It's
yeah,
kind
I played the recording of him talking about being against nation building, and I mean, if you
of.
take out their government and you disable, you make the country into chaos, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, no major country in the world like China, Russia, U.S. is anti-nation building. They're only anti-enemy conquering. These people are gonna sit here and fight for more territory all they can. It's literally what they're doing everywhere. That's why we have proxy wars. I mean, look at what Russia, China, and the U.S. is doing all over the world.
Well,
We're
what
having
we're
these.
doing, what we're doing, I think not enough people are even talking about what we're doing in Cuba is illegal. What we're doing, we're
What are we
literally
doing in Cuba?
we're stopping oil
Starving
and
the
gas.
people.
We're starving them. Like literally, we're stopping their fuel from coming to the island for no fucking reason. We just stopped it. We're high because it used to come from Venezuela, and now America's hijacking that oil, and now they got trash building up all over because they got trash. I mean, they don't even got gas to put in their trucks to take away the trash. They only have maybe 3 or 4 hours of of electricity, and we're doing that. The
Well,
United States military is hijacking their oil and cutting them off because
what
Marco Rubio wants to take over the island.
what did you say when Israel was doing this to Gaza?
Well, I can tell you this: that's different. Is that why you came up?
No.
Well, I mean, I think that's a different talking point. I do think that when H Group went in there and did what they did, I do think that Israel had the right to defend themselves. I do not support Bibi now, and I think that they went
I
too far.
I just meant
think
the blockade part.
the blockade
Well,
part. Well,
there's some United
there's a lot.
Nations
There's a
people
lot
and
in there.
some
There's a lot
UK
of
people in there.
conversation there. Why they stopped this, why they do that. I mean, I'm going to tell you, those two sides, those two people are going to fight for another 1,000 years. There's nothing that we're going to do to stop it. They hate each other. They hate each other. I'm convinced. I watched the lives, and they absolutely hate one another. You know what I mean? There's nothing that we're ever going to do.
Always.
Well, that's exactly
going
how
on
I
for as
feel
long as
with
I've lived.
how we're getting into Iran, man, or Iran, however you want to say it.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Um,
it's Iran. I guess that's how you. It looks like Iran. I agree with you. But what I learned over doing those lives was Iran. But I mean, let's make no mistake about it. I played a clip of all the way going back to 1996 of Bibi talking about uh, Iran and doing these nuclear capability. He's been saying it since 1996 and wanting to say they're so close, they're so close. And now we're to 2026. He's still doing it. And now he finally got a dummy that's going to go do it. Joe Biden would never do this. Kamala Harris would never attack them. No way. And now here we are. Timothy, you said you voted for him. Do you feel betrayed by that?
No.
Really?
No, I mean, looking at how things were moving at the time, this is kind of this is going to happen either way. I mean, Israel has always been looking at this as their objective. Pretty much regardless.
I don't want to put it just on like this has been a Bibi thing. You know what I mean? Like Bibi's wanted this. I'm more focused on Bibi because I think if you had different leadership in Israel, a different person calling the shots, I think stuff would be a lot different.
Isn't
So I
there
don't- I
next
don't-
in line, like literally, like even more authoritarian and nationalistic? Pretty sure you'd be worse.
The more far right leaning folks. I mean, I'm talking about you need somebody a little more moderate, more centrist, or something like that in there. You know what I mean?
I don't even know
you
if
need
this,
somebody.
I don't even know if that falls into the equation here, though. This isn't like American politics. This is like almost. I wouldn't even say prideful. I'd say their entire nation, like their entire ideology, relies on the fact that they think they're different. They think they're better. I mean, holy shit! Look at the prisons. I mean, just the prison controversy alone. Look at how they treat their war prisoners. It's insane. They're literally protesting for the right to defile them. It's the most insane thing you've ever heard of.
Are you an anti-Israel guy?
100%.
Oh. You don't like Jewish people?
I wouldn't say that.
Do you got a problem with Jewish people?
I have a problem with the nation state of Israel.
You don't think they have the right to exist, do you?
I think that originally they fought for their existence. That's what the 6 Day War was. I think that everything extreme after that is a little more debatable, though. Like the expansionism, extremely debatable.
Well, we're gonna is that you're gonna trigger me, so I'm gonna move
Oh,
away
well,
from.
I have one more question
I
then.
know. Here, say what you really want. I know you came with her for.
How do you feel about in I think it was 1993 when Arafat fled Palestine to Africa and he gave a speech about how I believe it was Jerusalem. Yeah, Jerusalem is for the Muslims.
Why would I care about what? What
Do you
does that have
support
to do
that
with?
statement?
Just support what statement?
That the people who owned Jerusalem at the time should keep it?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Why are you trying to pull me into this? I don't want to talk. I'm talking about what's going on in Iran.
Well, shit, dude. Where do you think that stems from?
Well, I understand that Bibi wants to do it, but yeah, but you want to turn this into hating on
This
Jewish
is
people.
literally an Israeli proxy war, dude. What do you think Gaza was?
But Timothy, this goes back before even the Bible. They've been battling over this land. So why do we want to inject yourself into this situation again?
This is how geopolitics is in the modern day, dude.
But sir, this dates.
This is
before the
a
Bible.
religious ethno state that is
Yeah.
one of the
Yes, sir,
largest.
Yes, sir. After you leave this planet, they're still going to be fighting over the same exact thing, sir.
Well, shit,
Yeah.
man. I
So
hope
what is the
not.
point- What is the point in losing?
I'm not.
losing people?
He's just Jew hating. That's all that is. It's just Jew hating. I'm not doing it. We're talking about if the United States is going to go into Iran, and I 100% I've said it. Bibi wants to do this. This isn't going to turn into hating on Israel, hating on Jewish people. It's not going to happen. Yeah, I booted him. Yep, I have that right to. I don't have to sit here and listen to Jew hating shit. I'm not going to do it. He was it. Yes, he was. He was Israel hating 100%. That's all it is. And like, to me, we're talking about is the president of the United States going to go in to Iran? That's what we're talking about. And there's no doubt Bibi wants us to do it. Yeah, Bibi's the leader. Okay, I'm sticking to that. I don't like it. I don't want to go into Iran. I want to hear from you. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? I want to hear from you. What's up,
Well,
Kat?
you know how I feel about going into Iran, so yeah, I've already
Well,
made that pretty clear.
Well, let's hear it. What do you think he's going to do it?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question real quick?
Do you think he's going to do it?
Yeah, probably, because I don't think that they're inclined to make a deal. So yeah, I think that's probably where this is going to go.
And my thing is, are Trump supporters, are they supporting this? The non-Israeli ones, and are the American MAGA, are they supporting this? Because I haven't really heard. I mean, I don't know if they're like crazy about this.
Yes,
I mean, like
1,000% they are.
that's my thing. It's like, bro, are you really? I mean, again, I'm going to play this for you. This is the same president that's about to try to do nation building.
Our current strategy of nation building and regime change is a proven absolute failure.
We will break the cycle of regime change.
We must abandon the failed policy of nation building and regime change that Hillary Clinton pushed in Iraq, in Libya, in Egypt, and in Syria. Regime change takes chaos. You've seen how that works over the last 20 years. That hasn't been too good.
Not a reckless interventionist role.
Thank you all.
Getting out of the nation building business.
I mean, well, how does a man go from that? Thank you, Eric, for the $55 on Cash App, man. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you.
Most of them don't have a principled stance. Like they never have, they never will. I mean, same goes for people in the Democrat side as well. Like I'm not sitting here just like railing against MAGA, but like most people don't have a principled stance on like how they feel about interventionalism. I'll call it what it is.
Do you think tomorrow during the State of the Union, do you think he's going to, or right before they go out, you think they're going to announce that the military actions are going on? Do you think that's when he's going to do it?
It's possible. I don't generally make predictions like that, but it could be possible.
It's possible because it should require Congress, and Congress is not in session right now. So that would be a very tough thing for him to pull off.
Really, I
Which
don't honestly think he cares about powers, separation of powers, or any of that shit. Like, I think he would do it just to do it, but I don't know if he will or not.
what's up, Hyde? Hyde, do you think he's going to do it? Think he's going to go in like later tonight or tomorrow?
I would hope not. I mean, but he's a loaded cannon. I mean, I can't call him. I haven't been able to call him in a while.
Like, is that
Honestly,
something that you actually want in a president? Like somebody who just does shit just like off the cuff?
no, not absolutely not.
I let's say that. Yeah, I mean he's been Hyde's been very decent on this. I haven't like I don't want this to happen, right? But what happens when we hit them, right? And let's say they know what's about to happen, and I'm sure they got their stuff locked and loaded, ready to hit us in certain areas. What happens, Hyde? What do you think will happen to his support if we lose a couple thousand soldiers right away? If they hit us and they
it'll tank. But then there's I hate to say it, you know, there has been a flip side that I've been reading about, and like, you know, most things, war or bad things happening tend to draw a lot of people together too. That's
true.
Flip side, you know, to it. You know, think about how everybody was, you know, during 9/11 and the conflicts after that have actually been conflicts. You know, the American people actually pulled together, you know, and that's I would hate to think that he would do it for that purpose too, for unity.
Is Turkey in NATO?
Yeah, they are part of NATO.
Okay.
Did you see Naftali Bennett? What he just came out and stated?
Yeah, I know. Pam sent me this. He's
Mhm.
saying this fella's saying that the new Iran, that Turkey is the new Iran.
Yeah,
What?
that's why I wanted to come up.
What the fuck?
It's crazy,
What?
bro. It's because it's never ending, right? It's absolutely never ending. And I'm not gonna come up here and hate on Israel, but I just want to point out that's not Bibi that said that. That's Naftali Bennett, right? That's Naftali Bennett. So that's another leader there, and we have to recognize that Bibi is more moderate when it comes to them. To be quite honest with you. But yeah, it's never ending, bro. It's going to be Turkey. I think what they're hoping for is
But how they can't touch Turkey. They're in NATO.
Yeah, but you know how things roll, man. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Like
But
I'll be honest with you. I never understand. I forget what's the president of Turkey? What's his name? I don't really care.
Erdogan.
I don't really like that guy.
Yeah,
I don't know how the fuck they're even in NATO. I'm be honest with you.
Whether we like him or not, bro, like he's the leader of a sovereign nation, right? And I'm just gonna be real with you. He's the leader of a sovereign nation.
I don't think he's a fucking good dude. Got shady.
I'm not gonna disagree, right? There's many very bad leaders, to be quite honest with you. But Rudy, the thing is, it's never ending, right? They're hoping that Iran strikes Saudi.
I have been saying this, bro, forever. Israel needs new leadership all around, bro. And I get it that people don't like. My biggest thing is it's never. And I don't hate on Muslims either. I just don't want to turn this ever into like hate on Jewish people and then Jews run the world and Jews have all the problems.
I'll hear you.
We're not doing that shit.
But like, Rudy, can I ask you a simple question?
My anger is with Bibi because I know that Bibi is stirring the pot here.
But what about like Ben Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich and Daniela Weiss? You know what I mean? Because like it's not just Bibi, right? And I just want to. This is an honest question.
He's the leader.
I got you. He's the leader, but they also, right? So he's more moderate, but then you have Ben Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich, which are extremely right wing.
Hold on, but I also seen that professional person who elected. I get it. Like America, we elected Donald Trump. I didn't do it, right? So I mean, I don't want people to hate on all Americans. Like I don't want people to hate on all Jewish and Israeli people. Not all people are down with that. There's a lot of people that don't like Bibi, don't want to do this stuff. You know what I mean?
But Rudy, why do you always say it like that, though, bro? Why do you? And this is an honest question, I swear. Why do you always say it like that? Like when the other guy was up here talking about Israel, you're like, "Oh, are you a Jew hater?" Like, why does it have to go to that?
Because it comes and like, look, man, look. I'm going to tell you, I protected over the Jewish people.
That's fine. That's cool.
I'm not going to lie to you.
But why is it
Jewish? And look, and I don't have to justify it to you. I don't have to explain it to you.
No, you don't have to. I'm just asking because I saw you. All right, cool. That's fine. You don't have to. But I'm just saying you do understand it's more than just Jewish people that live there, right?
I don't put up with no hating on you on Muslim folks either. You know,
it's not about. It's about. It's okay. So it's hating on the nation. Like that's like people that hate on America, they're not hating on American citizens, right? They're hating on the
Well,
government.
some of them do.
So,
Some
but
of them
why?
do.
Yeah, some do, of course. But so why is it that we can say, right, Iran, right? Like, for instance, right now we're talking about Iran, but if I was
Mhm.
to say Israel, you would get upset. You would want me to say Bibi. So why can we say Iran? Why can we
Well,
say Cuba? Why
well,
can we say USA? Why
well,
can we say
I
Turkey?
say Iran. I mean, do you want to say IRGC the whole time?
No, because do we
Well,
want to say Bibi the whole time? Do you know what I mean? That's the
me
whole
personally,
thing.
BB's the head of the government. It's just easier, you know.
Oh, for
For
you, I
me,
got you. So can I answer your green screen? Is it
yeah.
gonna
Go ahead.
happen?
Go ahead. You
It
think it's
it
gonna happen?
I absolutely think it's gonna happen 100%. I'm literally willing to put 100 grand on it that it would happen. I think it's actually gonna happen within the next few days. To be quite honest with you, the USS Gerald Ford actually, if it hasn't arrived yet, it's gonna be arriving within the next couple of days. Um, so I absolutely do believe that it would happen, right? But my thing is that Iran is capable, and I had this conversation on here the other day. Iran is absolutely 100% capable of taking down aircraft carrier. I don't think they will, right?
I'm gonna
I
take
don't
it.
think they will.
I know, but DJ, they do that. They're gonna glow in the
I
dark.
know that's why I'm saying, but I think Iran
You
knows
know what I mean?
that, Rudy. Iran knows that, but you know what they will hit? They will hit all those military bases, and it's
Yep.
not just the military base in Qatar, right? It's not just the military.
I
There's
know.
military bases all around.
I
We're
know.
talking 40,000, 30,
I know.
40,000 Americans.
I
So
know.
Well, to add to
ultimately,
that,
what's
I'm
that,
sorry.
brother?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But ultimately, you saw the other day, it was Russia, China, and Iran conducting naval drills in the Gulf of Oman by the Strait of Hormuz. So they are absolutely conducting these drills together. We saw a couple. Was it yesterday that I think it was China that sent satellite imagery of where the fighter jets and the bunkers are in the Qatar. I don't know if you saw those, Rudy. So, China is providing intelligence to Iran. They absolutely, in my opinion, I don't think China will allow Iran to fall. They rely on Iran for oil now that
Well,
Venezuela is
this
out of the
could. I
question.
mean, if we're being truthful with you, this could draw. This could. I mean, if we do this and they go in and they jack up this up, and China loses their oil supply, and like
Oh,
if you go,
it's
and again,
crazy.
if you go back in time to Japan, Japan got their oil taken away from them from America, and then that's why they attacked us in Pearl Harbor, because we jacked their oil, and then they attacked us there to make us pay for that. And I worry about the safety. Like, look, I believe America is badass, and we got a lot of equipment. My thing is, we're not everywhere, right? We
But
can't
Rudy,
stop
why are
everything.
military analysts saying that we don't even have the stockpile, right? Our ammunition stockpile is actually pretty low right now. Because I listen to a lot of military analysts, right? Somebody like Daniel Davis that served for 15 years. He's a retired colonel. Somebody like Douglas McGregor. There's many, bro, and they're literally saying that we would lose the war with Iran. Our ammunition stockpile is not what it once was, right? We also have to remember that we gave our THAAD systems are in Israel, like that's where they are, and then 25% of the interceptors, right, were depleted in the 12-day war. So it's not as easy. I think a lot of people don't realize this, and a lot of Americans don't realize that it's not easy to build these interceptors, right? It takes time. It takes material to build these. So there's no way in the last 4 or 5 months we were able to recuperate all of the ammunition that we sent to Israel during the 12-day war. You know what I mean? So
It's
I
not a.
think.
I just want
Go
to
ahead,
add.
brother.
It's not an eye for an eye here. Due to the fact that we strike them militarily wise, don't mean that they're going to do the same. And it's already been reported that since Tulsi Gabbard's been asleep at the wheel of her goddamn job, that there are sleeper cells here in this country. And he's been warned about this several times about not rattling the saber with these people, because to us, our weakest point is our power grid. And they've already put situations where they've got people in play to do things to our power grid. So don't
I,
think it's an eye for eye, Americans. It
I,
ain't,
I
it ain't
just
that kind of war with them.
I don't care if people cuss, but we just not say the GD word, please. I don't. If we can just agree on that, just not say
Yeah.
no
Rudy, I
GD.
just want to. So Hai made a comment, and I just wanted to kind of touch on it because I disagree a little bit, right? So he stated that, it's what are they? A rally around the flag, right? Like such as after 9/11. There's a big difference, though, right? There's a big difference now. America was not hit, right? America was not hit on the mainland, right? On our homeland. The American citizens, civilians, were not unalived. Now it's America attacking. So, I do agree after 9/11, yeah, Americans, united, everybody was rah, 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 and so on. But I think now it could be a different story because, Nothing happened here on the homeland. So I just
Well,
wanted to add that.
the problem right now in America is we're so divided that America could lose catastrophic amount of men and women, and unfortunately, so many Trump supporters would still choose Trump and stand with him, even if the decision what he made was catastrophically horrible and we lost. And after 9/11 happened, that Trumpism effect wasn't there, right? We all came out as Americans, right? We dropped the Republican to Democrat thing. We saw Americans lose their life in a catastrophic way. We came together, and now that ability to do that, I don't think is there no more. And this is the Trump effect: how we talk to one another, how we communicate to each other. It's like when the government looks at a left-leaning person protesting, they're a terrorist now, instead of being an American protesting. You know what I mean? This is the sentiment here in this country. Like Donald Trump knows that he can get away with a lot. He can get away with a lot of catastrophic shit, and they will excuse it away. Like I don't understand him. Like he literally said no new wars. We're not doing no new wars, and he has consistently now started new shit, and he's about to take on 92 million people. 92 million people. And I just want to ask the president, how many American troops are you willing to lose? How many are you willing to lose, Mr. President? What's the number? What's the number have you guys wrote down that says we're okay with losing this?
I
We're
think the
okay
number
with
is
losing this.
500. They did an assessment. I think they're willing to lose 500. They think they're going to lose 500. That's what they're
Now,
willing to.
I'll remind you this. And remember, when Biden was pulling out of Afghanistan, he lost. There was a terrorist attack at this checkpoint, and they lost 13, right? I want to remind you that they hammered Biden for this, hammered him for a T attack at a checkpoint, right? You better be able to handle this, Republicans and MAGA. If we lose 500 or 1,000 or more troops, you better. We're going to be fucking making you say the names because you came up in these lives and you pounded off the names you told us, and I'm going to tell you, you better be able to handle it because you guys said you weren't about this. You weren't about this, and now we're about to be about this. You know what I mean?
He don't take nothing. He don't care. He don't take nothing. If anything goes wrong, it's not his fault. It's somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault.
What's up, Professor up there? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Doing all right.
I was just coming up to say, like, who's to say, once this kicks off, that this doesn't open up the door for China to take Taiwan, And what does that do to, like, they have like all the chips and everything. What effect is that going to have?
Very good question. We can start this shit with Iran and be trapped up in this. How we supposed to help Taiwan?
Right.
We would be and also if you're looking at if you're looking at China's standpoint, these guys are trying to jack up my oil here. Oh right. Yeah, you love Taiwan so much. Watch this.
Well, maybe I'll jack up their like computer chips and stuff.
Now I do remember when Biden was president, Biden told him that it's automatic war if China ever went to Taiwan. I watched him say it. He said we would go to war. Yep. That's what he said. And like how can you go to war though when you're in Iran and you have all your shit there? And then I'm no fan of China, man. Like their government and shit, but they got a lot of people. They got a lot of resources. Man. America's badass, bro, but we can bite off too much.
Have you seen what Iran just unveiled, Rudy? I'm sorry, not Iran. China. They unveiled the missile. It's named 61. It has 60 nuclear warheads and one hydrogen bomb on the same missile, right? It's capable of reaching the U.S. within 19-20 minutes. And they basically came out and told the U.S., right, if you attack China, of course, not Iran, that they will attack, right? There will not be an opportunity for a second attack because they will. So China is definitely, I think, more capable. The U.S. does not have a hydrogen bomb, right? As far as I know, the U.S. actually doesn't even have hypersonic ballistic missiles surface to air, right? They don't have any hypersonic
missiles. Iran does.
I know Iran absolutely does, 100%.
But if we're being real, if we're being honest here, even if the United States was about to do something to China, they're not, bro. They're gonna drop the big one on them, a couple of them. If we're being honest with you. They're going to find wherever that shit's stationed, and they're going to drop a fat one. I don't want them to do it. I mean, the United States is not going to let that happen. I mean, we do have an incompetent president. And BHEX stuff, oh my God, it could happen. We could be, you ever played a game Fallout? we can be in real Fallout. You know what I mean? In the video game.
What do they say? Peak Keg's breath?
I mean, I'm really, I don't know about you guys, but like, again, if this was any other administration, somebody had competent people, man, I wouldn't be feeling so bad. But man, I'm fucking worried about this because I'm also, I mean, mainly worried about our men and women in that area. How many men and women are going to die instantly because of this decision? You know what I mean? That's where I'm at, and I don't know if these Republicans, have a stomach for this. Do they really have a stomach? They're looking up and there's bases all lit up, destroyed. There's troops destroyed. You know, does Trump? Do you guys think that Trump has the stomach for it? Do you think he can take that, or would he blame the
Oh
troops for
yeah.
not getting out fast enough? Because if you remember when he took out the
John
general,
McCain.
man, when he took out the general from Iran, he drone striked him, and then they hit us back at the Iraq military base. They were dropping boom booms the size of buses on them, and they like 100 people got severe brain damage. Severe brain. You know what he told people? They had headaches, and then during the election, he said it again that they just had headaches. I've watched interviews with these people. They can't even talk normal no more. They're sitting there talking to you, and then they start looking off because their brain, everything got messed up. For the president of the United States to say that, it was so disgusting.
Did
You know
he
what I mean?
say?
So what do
Did
you
he
think
say?
what do you think he's going to say about losing 22,000 troops or whatever? What is he going to call them? Losers and suckers?
Yeah.
What
He says
is
he
he going to do to call them?
he likes his heroes not
I could see,
captured.
I could be wrong, but he could go out there and say they knew what they signed up for, and then he would put it on them like, you know, I'm telling you, this isn't going to end well for us. I think it's a massive mistake, and I think the president of the United States is a weak man that's getting pulled into this shit, and there's only a few people. I guess JD Vance is trying to get him not to do it. I guess so. JD's trying to get him pull him out because
Marco.
JD's looking at the future. He's like, shit. If we get into this, I'm not getting elected.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham and Marco Rubio are pushing
Marco
for it.
Rubio, though, are huge war hawks. Lindsey Graham and Marco Rubio,
Yeah.
neocons.
Well, there was
I'll be honest with you. Like, if there was, a lot of people would agree, if Iran was a super threat to us, like when they were trying to attack us or doing stuff that was really provocative and like going after our ships or something, or they did something to us directly, I could say, okay, all right, you did this to us, and you hurt our people, and it was a direct threat, and we know it's you. Then okay, we'll go clap your fucking cheeks. Yeah, I have no, and I'm going to tell you, I have no problem defending the United States of America. I have no problem. If you come and you try to hurt my people, Americans, and I don't care if they just preemptively hit one of our bases without even happening, and they killed a whole bunch of our guys. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to go in and we're clapping fucking cheeks, and we're going to fucking rack your fucking ass.
So
But
Rudy,
you know
the
what?
Washington Post.
That ain't happened
Sorry.
though. You know what I mean?
The Washington Post today actually put something out, right? So breaking news, the Pentagon's top general has cautioned President Trump from an attack on Iran, saying that shortfalls in critical munitions and a lack of support from allies will add significant risk to the operation and to U.S. personnel. Basically, the top general is trying to tell him this is not a good idea,
Bad idea.
right? So, like, how much more do we need to hear?
Is that the General King guy?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah,
I believe
because
it is.
that's he put out some statement because now General Kane. I mean, like there's people around him. If they love the country, right? Trump does only wants yes men. So when somebody actually speaks up to him and says this is a bad idea, he wigs out, bro. He
He'll
wigs
say
out.
he's
Am I
like
eating?
they're
No,
weak.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
weak or they're weak or
no,
something.
I'm not eating gummies, bro. I'm eating like trail mix stuff.
Well, look what he said about his own Supreme Court, the ones he put in there.
Oh, I
Right.
know.
Well, he's
Embarrassments to their families and stuff for what they did. Oh, really? It's unlawful, dude. Can you get that point through your head? What you do is unlawful. You talk about starving Cuba.
I mean,
what about the United States over all these tariffs? He's starving us.
I mean, Cass, should he not be going to, like, this is a full-on war, what he's fixing to do. Like, if this is going to last 10 or, like a week, let's say 3-4 weeks, whatever, this is a war. So why doesn't he have to go to Congress and ask permission to do this?
Technically, he has up to 90 days to like do strikes and things like that. But there's some changes that were made after 9/11, particularly to like what we call quote unquote terrorism, where you don't have to seek a declaration. But again, I agree that he should be using Congress to declare anything. Like, I don't have any issue with that. However, because I don't know the breadth of as how far he's going to go. If he were to just issue some targeted strikes lasting less than 90 days, I don't think he would be out of the realm of the law. However, it is what it is.
What happens when we send fighter jets in? And this again, I don't want this to happen. Hypothetical. Our guys are flying in there. They get shot down. They crash. You watching American soldiers get dragged through Iran, beating on them. Don't try to say it can't happen. It can fucking
Definitely
happen.
can. Well, the Iran has the S-300 and the S-400.
Ask yourself, what the fuck are they going to do to them? I mean, I'm being honest with you. Our guys get dropped in there, something bad happens. Guys, that's not going to be good.
To that,
it's not going to be good.
Add to that, since we've damaged our reputation with NATO, we wouldn't have our supporting countries to help come rescue anybody.
Right, just like that general was saying. They don't have the support of the allies.
Yep.
Well, first before we strike, all our news media or whatever we have in Iran is going to be gone anyway. There ain't going to be nobody to see anybody getting dragged around unless they want to put it out, which I don't think they would. But
we're at 65,000 likes. You guys doing awesome. We get up to about 120. I know it's just tapping the screen. If you don't like me, just smack me in the face. You know what I mean? And I got a 9 Galaxy Go up there. If you want to help out TikTok, likes making money. You know, if you want to check out the TikTok shop, that's great. You know what I mean? There's lots of cool shit on there that you like. And we start out at $125 for the live go. We're down to 50. I appreciate all the support and the people in the box, man. Let's hook them up, show them some love, TikTok love. If you agree with them, again, if you're like loving this, what Trump is fixing to do, do you think he's going to do it? Do you want him to do it? I want to hear from you. You know, I don't care. Left and right. You know, I always want to have everybody's voice heard. And I think it's important to have everybody's voice heard. Even, I mean, as long as you don't go crazy on me, you don't go into areas where I tell you not to go, because you know it'll piss me off and make me crash out. I don't want to crash out. You know what I mean? So,
Rudy, can I just say something to the Americans in the? Oh, go ahead, DJ. DJ, go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say something to the fellow Americans in the chat, right? The ones that think, okay, well, this is not going to affect me. Let's say you don't have any family members in the military that are in that region or, you know, engaging in this war, right? But, you know, if you're still living paycheck to paycheck, if you're still struggling, whatever the case may be, it's going to make things a lot worse for you, right? Because ultimately, when Iran shuts down the Strait of Hormuz, right, which accounts for nearly 30% of the world's global oil supply, bet your bottom dollar that your gas prices are going to raise. It's going to skyrocket, right? So if you're somebody that doesn't have anybody in the military, it's still going to affect you, right? You're not just going to sit back and say, oh, it doesn't bother me, it's not going to affect me or whatever. No, it's going to affect you in your pocket. It's going to affect you in your bank account. While the government continues, the politicians continue to profit off of war, right? The war machine continues to operate, you will still pay the price.
Hey,
so I want to point that out.
Does anybody know how much oil is going to shoot the moment this happens? Because like here in Ohio, I think it was that I got lucky because it was up at 298. And I found one for 225 in my town. But like, how much is gas going to shoot up when we do this? Because it's got to affect the market, right?
Yeah, that's going to definitely affect the market.
Not in California. I already paid $4 and something for gas here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You guys have got so much taxes on your gas out there. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. I don't even know how you guys. If I lived out there, I'd be having a horse and buggy. You know.
Well, no, we all have a lot of us have electric cars, and that's the big thing that Trump just shut down for California. We were supposed to have all electric by 2035. Well, he shot that all down now.
They be thinking I'm Amish, bro. I just can't afford the car.
Hey, Rudy.
What's up, Sylvia?
Hi. I came up really quickly. I can't stay long. What general were you talking about that spoke out against them?
General Kane, that Raising Kane guy.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Keene because I'm like, wait,
Kane,
what?
Kane.
Kane.
Raising Kane. You know that guy?
No. General Kane. No. That's why I'm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, I just pulled it up. No,
he put a statement out.
I'm going to read that now. I thought you said Keene because if I was like, wait a minute, General Jack Keane. Because like
I
that's
would,
my old
I
commander.
could put it up here, but it's so small. And it's a lot.
I can tell
I
you, it's
wish
from
he,
the Washington Post, and the article headline is Trump's top general foresees acute risks in an attack on
Right.
Iran.
Okay.
If
No,
that's cool.
that's why I was just wanted the clarification, because if it was if you had said Keane, I would have been highly surprised and been like, holy shit, because General Jack Keane is retired. It's my old commanding general from when I was in the military, and that man, I respect him so much that if he's speaking out against Trump, but it's Kane, okay, General Kane.
Well, that Raising Cane has always been one of his biggest supporters. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking about now.
Well, I guess some of these people are worried about their legacy too, right? You're with Trump, right? If you allow this guy to do this, and I understand that when that one Iranian lady got really upset, and I want to say this to the Iranian people. You know, I understand you guys are suffering under this regime, and the IRGC is trash, right? They're absolute trash. They treat you like shit. But for being honest, you guys there's 92 million of you. You got to handle your business. We cannot come in and handle this for you because your country is not a threat to us. And American people do not want to lose their daughters and their sons in this war that has nothing to do with us. You guys haven't done shit to us. You haven't done any attack to us. Now, I'm going to say this to you. If your government went out and preemptively hit us somewhere and did some bad shit, that's a different story. Totally different story. You know? But right now, I know a lot of people don't like it what I'm saying there, but we're not justified in doing what we're doing here. We're going to do some bad shit.
Rudy, did you see how the Khomeini? DJ, it was nice talking to you, man.
Appreciate you, man. You guys have a good one. Host, I appreciate you.
You too,
Hey, man, thank you again, man. You're brilliant, man. I really appreciate coming up here.
Yeah, guys, I was going to peace out. Thanks for having me up, though.
No problem, Professor.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing after I made this statement, bro. It's about time to break my Ramadan iftar. But I just want to say this last thing real quick, Rudy. Hopefully you bring me back up here in about 20 minutes if there's room. But Khomeini and the IRGC actually came out and stated that if Trump attacks Iran, or when he attacks, because I do believe it will happen, that they actually have very damning evidence about Trump and the EP files and videos and so on, and they will release more images and videos of him with children. Just a heads up. So just wanted to point that out.
I know the problem is, though, he can threaten all he wants, but what I'm understanding is that they're going to directly go after the heads of state. They're going to decapitate them. I guess there's this. I don't know everything about Iran, but there's a certain area where they all go for this shit, and they're going to drop a fat one on them. They're going to keep.
Rudy, you don't think they're planned for that though? So this is the thing when it comes to Iran, right? You can even look at Lebanon.
It's a weird thing because you catch yourself like, I'm not rooting for the IRGC.
No,
I also not rooting for Trump. So I'm kind of like, you know, I don't want our guys to get jacked up. That's who I'm rooting for. I don't want our guys and gals to get fucked up in this. You know, because Trump's just he's just sitting in the White House going, boom, 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 kill him. You know, he's stupid as fuck. He don't care.
They have people waiting in line. I'm sorry, Sylvia. I'm going to drop down. I got to drop down too. So I do have to drop down, Rudy. Thanks, man. You want to take me down? Have a good one, bro. Thanks for bringing me up.
Yep.
That was the other reason why I came up, because you guys were talking about, like, you know, is he getting permission from Congress to do this? Technically, he doesn't need it, because back in 2001, after 9/11, Congress passed what's called the Authorization Use of Military Force. And so he's able to do what he's doing without having directly to get permission from Congress right now. So unless Congress changes that, he's using.
If we go to war,
and that goes on for how long, Sylvia?
It's still that resolution is still on the books. Like the Congress.
I mean, how much time does he have before he has to?
Congress? This is. He has to notify Congress of his plans, first of all. Okay. And then Congress does end up having to approve it if he wants to deploy troops, is my understanding. But the way he's using this is to do military strikes. He doesn't need Congress's approval. He just has to notify them of what his plans are. So
yeah, I knew about the strikes, but I knew with the. I wasn't sure with the how do I want to say it, with the presence, if they stick around there.
Did he?
Can't necessarily.
We're not putting any boots on the ground. That's why I looked up authorization use of military force.
Christy has a good point. Did he notify them last time when he did the strikes?
No, because he didn't have to, because remember, if you listen to the press conference, Marco Rubio pointed out that this was not a military operation. You're talking about Venezuela. right?
No,
When we
no,
went in-
no, 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 no. I'm talking about the Iran strikes when the first time with the nuclear sites.
Oh,
When
I
he
don't know. I
went,
have to look that up.
did he get permission then?
I don't
I
think
mean,
he got
I mean,
permission.
they,
I think he just notified him that, hey, that we're going to do this. And it was
Yeah.
like, it was within minutes of it. Like he had already waited for our planes to make their journey,
Yeah.
like say, 12, 14 hours, so it was like T minus 14 hours. Well, he did it at like 13 minutes, 58.
I think I
13
remember him
hours,
saying
58
if he would have went to Congress, it would have been leaked and the troops would have been
It's
safe.
leaked
I think that's
anyway.
what he said.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty well leaked now.
Hey, Sylvia, were you talking about the JCOP?
No, I'm talking about the authorization use of military force. That was passed in 2001, and then they passed the second one in 2002 to kind of broaden the definition of it. So to basically, I mean, the way I read it is like they can do as long as he can contribute this or like contributed to like acts of terrorism, or we're still doing the global war on terrorism. He can use that to do these boom boomings in Iran.
I want to do a conspiracy theory here real quick. Do you think that there's people around him that's talking him into doing this?
Oh, absolutely.
If we're being honest, this is something that he would usually not do. Okay, I've covered this guy, and I think he's actually shitting his pants right now because he doesn't want to really do this. But if he backs down, he'll look weak, right? And I think some of these folks are building him up to fucking take him down, because if they do this, we're going to lose troops. And I don't know if he can handle that. I don't know if he has the backbone to know his decision directly caused thousands of troops to die. Yes, violated. Ooh.
I think that we get
Yes,
ourselves
you're alive.
into
Violated
anything
misinformation.
large.
Daily violation. Your death may lead. Who was it? Who fucking?
I didn't get any type of violation
Did
notification.
anybody get a violation?
I didn't get a message.
No.
I didn't get one. Why?
It just said one of my guests violated something. I don't even know which. It didn't even tell me which one.
Somebody's butthurt in the audience reporting us.
I don't know. I don't know.
That'd be
I really
my
don't.
guess.
Well, I noticed
That's
you
weird.
didn't use the word unalived once, but I didn't say nothing. But
I don't know. Okay, let's just keep going on. I don't know. It didn't tell me. Oh, it might. The person might already been gone.
yeah, it could be.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it might have been just late. I don't know. That's weird. Come on, guys. Let's not report that. We're at 77,000 likes, guys. We're talking about if Donald Trump's going to go to end Iran. It's the State of the Union is tomorrow. I got the notification. Did you? Okay, it was DJ. I'm like, who the hell is not telling me? I mean, I don't
Did
think
you get the
anything.
notice for the alternate, Rudy?
The alternate?
Oh, hey,
They're gonna have an alternate, like the Super Bowl.
Rudy,
An
it was-
alternate.
it was
Yeah.
it was DJK said he just got a notification of it.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't do anything. I don't think he did anything. He was actually really civil in here. You know what I mean? But we're talking about if Trump's going to go into Iran. It's either late tonight or tomorrow. That's what people all over the people are saying. I want to hear from you guys if you think that it's a good move. Are you worried? Trump supporters, is this what you voted for? I have a lot of haters. Oh shit, get in line, bro. I always tell them take a number. They fucking hate me too, bro. I think sometimes it's more. I feel more comfortable when everybody hates me. It feels weird when everybody likes me. I'm so used to being hated.
I'll say this, like I will not always lean in opposition to targeted strikes if they're absolutely warranted, like for safety reasons, even though I'm a non-interventionalist. Like if somebody is proposing like a very legitimate safety threat, I can't say that I'm like absolutely against it. However, I don't see this right now being a reality. That's my bigger issue with it. And then so like if you're gonna impress upon me that there's a safety risk, you better be absolutely able to iterate to me what the immediate safety risk is, not some hypothetical safety risk you're thinking might be there, but I want you to actually be able to convey to me the immediate safety risk we are facing, and nobody has been able to do that so far.
Factual evidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, someone's gonna have to, put a chalkboard up there, a whiteboard or something. They're gonna have to break it down for me and show me how are we at threat right now.
Don't
The
let Trump do that like he did the tariffs with his board. Come on.
or the storm. You know what I mean? The storm's going to go there, and it's going to go up. It's going to move.
When I say targeted strikes, I mean
expensive.
limited and also like limited to absolutely no human casualty. I'm not okay with you just going and bombing like a farmer's market. You know, you better be able to tell me that like a risk has been cleared and you are limiting to like absolutely the most minimum amount of civilian casualty you can.
Yeah, you got to be real about this too. If he goes in and this is a major operation, and they are boom, you got to realize this. There are going to be many casualties that had nothing to do with anything. There's going to be thousands and thousands of Iranians get jacked. If this is what I think is going to happen, I don't want it to happen, man. But we go in, man. We're not. When we turn it loose on somebody, if you remember Iraq, I can remember what they call that when they went in there, the shock and awe. You remember shock and awe? That shit was on CNN. That shit was broadcast. We knew what was happening, bro. We were sitting there watching it, and boom, 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 man. Oh man, have mercy. You know how many people passed away when that shit was going down? A whole lot of people, man. You know.
If you add the IRGC into this, things get very, very, very dangerous very quickly, because there are a lot of those guys that don't care about whether they live or die, whether their families do.
Unalive.
You gotta say it's okay. It's all right. I mean, again, if there's opposition up here that you fundamentally disagree with me, you think it's great, and you're happy about it, and you want to go in, I want to hear from you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just, again, man, I just think that this is really bad for us. And I can understand from the Iranian standpoint, you want us to come in and take out the bad guys so you can be free. I can understand that, right? From your standpoint. And the president comes out and says, I'm going to come and I'm going to help you. And the lady got upset with me because I asked for proof. I don't think it's hard or mean to ask for proof when you're saying there's 40,000 people dead. Am I wrong for asking to see that?
Unalived, Rudy.
Or, well, unalived? If there's 40,000 people passed away, right? Am I wrong for asking for proof of that?
No,
You know?
you need to ask for proof on something like that. That's a huge statement.
You need to ask for their ticket. Send it up. Put it on the big screen.
Yep.
And I won't pretend that like geopolitics is my like number one subject, but I will say this. Anytime you make a claim, you make a positive claim. Stephen, can you mute your mic for the love of God? Anytime you make a positive claim, you better damn well be able to prove your claim. Like, I'm not going to come in here and tell you X, Y, and Z and then not be able to prove it to you. It seems like common sense.
Yeah, you're saying I'm asking a lot. I have a lot of questions, like looking at this and like legitimately. And if you're seeing this, you're not seeing a lot of Trump supporters requesting up. That tells me that they got the same questions I do, and they can't really defend it. That's why they're not beating down the door. Now realize this, guys. When a halftime show was spoken in Spanish, I had 1,215, almost 1,300 people in here wanting to talk to me about a halftime show. But when there's serious shit like this, they don't want to come up. I don't think they can support it, and I think that speaks volumes about the folks that don't want to come up here. And High's a Republican, but you know he's one of the few. He's a decent man. So like I just think that as we should be looking at this as a I think you're and then when you disagree with me, you're like, I'm going to disagree with you here, and I welcome that. I welcome that. I think that as curators on here, you know, you need to be pushed. I need to be pushed. I should just be able to sit on my throne up here and not, you know, give it away from me, peasants. You know, I should be challenged.
Well, like,
too, you know?
I think like if you're trying to be logically consistent, this is hard for Trump supporters to defend. And it's like I said before, I'm very non-interventionist, but if you're presenting like a credible and immediate threat, I'm not inherently going to be against it. But that's the problem, is that it's a lot of hypotheticals and not a lot of, listen, they've issued X, Y, or Z. We know they're going to be doing this. That's where it becomes a problem.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we're gonna it'll be tonight, or I do think that he would save it for when he's speaking to the nation. I think he'll do it then. Right before he goes out, it'll drop it. We're clapping on him. We're doing shit. You know. Then he'll go out there and talk about it. And I'm wondering, do you guys think if he does it tomorrow night, do you think that the Democrats will stand up and walk out, all of them together? How many Republicans would stand up and walk out? Do you think any of them?
I would say a lot of Democrats already, from what I'm seeing, they're kind of banding together and they're just going to boycott the whole thing. They're not even going to show up to give them the time of day. You know, from everything I've been seeing, you know, they're trying to get more and more of them to do it. You know, to just go, you know, what we don't even want to hear what you have to say. You know, but that I will say that kind of on the flip side of that, you know, as our elected officials, you know, whether they like it or not, you know, I'm sure there's a lot that didn't want to hear what Biden had to say. You know, I'm not blaming Biden for anything, but I'm sure that a lot of them felt that way. But I think as us as Americans, we look for them to show up, and if they don't show up, I kind of look at them bad for that, to be honest. You know, like you said, the good or the bad, whether you agree with it or not, whether you're going to push back on it or not, you need to hear it. You know, you need to hear it. You know, whether you discount it once you heard it, that's fine. But at least you were there. You know.
I mean, I look at it like this. I think Trump has hurt the presidency so bad that years and years ago, even if you disagreed with the president, you would like. I didn't like George W. Bush, but he's came here in Ohio, he's campaigning. If I had ran into him, right, and I didn't like him, I still probably would have shook his hand and said, "Nice to meet you." I wouldn't have been like nasty to him. I'm going to tell you the truth. I wouldn't do that with Trump. I look at Trump as one of the single greatest threats to my country. I look at him as a fascist piece of shit that has harmed our nation so bad. My disdain for him is so high that and it went through the roof with January 6th. And I know a lot of people who know me know that's where I'm at with it. Like I want to see him in a 6x9 cell. I can't stand him. And now you just look how bad it is now. Look how terrible the nation is right now. Look how worldwide. Look at Canada's leaving us. They're getting new partners. He's damaged us. I mean,
He's done
look at just as a nation.
Rudy,
Look how jacked
who's
up we are.
China's new partner? Who's China? Real quick, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Who's China's new partner in the new trade deals that they're working with right now?
It's Canada, ain't it?
No, I'm saying who's Canada's new partner? It's China, right? The whole
Yeah.
thing under Trump's tariffs, right? Let's, and I know this is off topic, but this is important for people to know. Trump's whole thing with the whole tariffs is that we cannot allow China to become a superpower. They're all over the place. They're doing too much, right? So guess what? These companies, when he imposed those tariffs, a lot of them didn't come back to the United States. Yes, you have like one or two, but I saw the list. There are like 30 something countries, right? Most of them decided that they wanted to hike up their prices and stay where they are, which we're paying for. And then the other countries went to Vietnam, some of them went to Italy, right? And China is still getting paid off of that. Canada, since you mentioned Canada, Canada decided that they were going to limit their trade. And I want everybody to look into this. They said they were going to limit their trade, and they're actually advancing the deals that they're doing with China. You should look at all the different manufacturing deals, technological deals. I am talking about a range of things, right? So all of this is backfiring in his face, and people aren't really paying attention unless you're into that field and you're really digging into it, because this is not something that you're going to see on the mainstream media, right? And what you're speaking about, just in particular, and I'll go ahead and mute. Media, I don't know how do you pronounce exactly their name, but they're having their own halftime show for the State of the Union, right? You spoke about the Democrats, whether they're going to appear or not appear. Well, guess what? On YouTube, updates are still coming in. On YouTube and other social media sites, and even here on TT, right? They're going to show their own State of the Union, all American. Remember when they did that for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Democrats are going to appear to that, right? And I'm guessing it's going to be a showmanship of how many people are actually going to tune in. But yes, there is a boycott of Democrats and independents that are saying we are not going to the State of the Union. watch our show instead. So, guys, for the 329 people in here, share the word. There is an all-American halftime show for you. So feel free to watch that instead of the State of the Union.
I think like most of us don't want to watch it, but we're going to sit there and watch it because we gotta see what this asshole is going to say. And I do believe that Trump likes to be grand about shit. So I would say he's going to announce it right before he goes out. It'll drop that they're doing it, and we'll start seeing. It'll be nighttime, or yeah, it'll be nighttime, so we won't see the damage of what's going on, but we'll see a lot of shit burning, and then we'll figure out
I don't think
if
he's
they're
going to
hitting
take it
it.
on. I don't think he's going to
Well,
take it on tomorrow. Mm-mm.
No,
I don't think he's going to do it. There's too much pushback. I don't think that our ships, like I mentioned before when I was here earlier, are fully prepared. I I could see it happening maybe in the next couple of days, right? But again,
we're
Oh,
we
talking
can be
about
wait.
we're talking
distracted.
about Pete Hegseth and
Can
Donald
I
Trump,
say
man.
no? Our ships are definitely prepared. Our
oh,
military is
I
prepared.
know. I
They're
was
prepared.
like,
Yeah,
I was
that's what I'd say
totally.
too. I'd say we were prepared. I think he started walking it with a how do I want to say this best? And this is, like I said, this is my opinion on it, and I think it went to hell in a handbasket on his idea. But I think he tried to initially do this as a show of force. Okay, if I walk in and you're going to see this coming at you, you're going to back the hell down. And I don't think he was expecting the reaction that he got. That we're not. You come here, this is your consequences. We're not playing around either. And now he's backed into a corner, and I don't think I honestly don't believe he's prepared for that.
No, I don't. He's used to people backing down and being scared of him. Well, if I'm serious, if you push Donald Trump and you go at him, he folds.
He
He,
folds.
he's literally a pussy. All you get past his big bravado of his bullshit, he folds.
I think
The
the
number one thing is when he gave his very first State of the Union address, I was thinking when I was driving my car, there was one word that was in my brain: consequences. There will be consequences from everything.
And
he's
it
talking.
won't end on shortly after. It's going to be consequences for years to come
Oh,
because
I know.
those are the kind. I'm not trying to put them down. I'm not trying to put them in a box or anything else. But those are the kind of people you really got to worry about, because just when you picked your head up and you thought, okay, the air's clear, that's when they're going to come. And they're not going to be nice about it at all.
I mean, and I'm there about this. Like, look, that's a country of 92 million. They got a lot of resources, right? And I believe, like Russia and other people, they got sleepers all around the world. They got folks sitting there, been here for years, waiting for that moment. And you got to remember this: if the Iranian government, that they feel that they're about to go out, what's stopping you from using everything? You know what I mean? Hey, if they're going to clap me, man, I know I'm going out. I'm pulling all the triggers I got. I'm going out swinging. And I don't like them. I don't like the government there. I'm just telling you, if you're in that position, you're going to use everything that you have. And then who pays the price for that? Our troops, innocents here in America. And I don't know if Donald Trump has the backbone to handle that type of shit happening on his watch. I don't think he can.
How about managing it?
Especially on our own soil.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to change a lot. And that's going to be
that wrecks his whole thing about protecting America. He is the iron fist. He does all that shit, that bravado shit. It all folds. It all folds. He better think about those decisions, man.
The funny thing about this, the job of being president of this country, is we have an enormous amount of power and capability, but if it's not managed properly, we get ourselves in a hell of a bad situation.
Yeah.
And in the first couple of months of his presidency, we went from being the country that either made decisions on matters of war and peace, trade and tariffs, things like that, or we had a seat at the head of the table. Now we're sitting at the kids' table. And I'm wondering, how the hell are we ever going to get back to where we were? And I feel like, we're having this Neville Chamberlain moment. And I cannot believe this is where we are.
Yeah. This is what happens when, and like, look, people don't want to hear this, but like, this is what happens when you put a man in that should have never been president in beginning with. You go all the way back to 2016. He was a reality TV star. He never had been anything in politics. And you put a man in there that got rich firing people on TV, an incredibly flawed, egotistical, narcissistical individual. You put this man in office. And then he does January 6th. You see all the horrendous shit he does there. And then we fast forward, he gets reelected, and you see the incompetence that he is hiring around him, putting around yes men. I'm going to tell you right now, I have no doubt in our military, our
Rudy,
folks, our
but
generals
who's
and
his
stuff.
Rudy, but who's his cabinet? Like, let's be honest, there's 348 people in here. You have one woman, Pam Bondi, right? You can easily research this, right? She actually got her brother hired, and he's actually getting his people
Yeah, I've
off
seen that. Yep,
because she's giving him tips, right?
yep,
We have
I've
another
seen that.
one, Christy Nolan, Homeland Security. She has no business being in this job. Got over $200 million just for her to give a contract to her husband's family member, right? So who knows where that money for advertisement, right? Think about $200 million that are going to advertisements for ICE that we're barely seeing on the news now, right? So where
Yep.
is this money really? You have Pete Hegseth, which basically is a goddamn drunk. That we have all of these generals that were available that have decades of experience, but we decided to give the job to a Fox News host. Now let's go to Kash Patel. Kash Patel, basically, I just saw a video of him saying, I can't believe the last FBI director spent $15,000 when he should have been working, right? But this guy's constantly flying out, taking his girlfriend on dates on taxpayer jets from Nashville to going to concerts. And now he lied about being at the Olympic Games while he's partying, chugging down beer while someone is missing in this country. The e-files are going on. When have we ever seen that before? We're
Well,
talking about an
this
Katrina
is,
cabinet
but,
that are basically a swamp.
this is why it's important. These midterms are important because, like, I'm going to tell you this. Like, I'm not against Republicans, right? There's sometimes they have good ideals, but like this Republican Party, this MAGA-led Republican Party, they're complicit in the fraud. They're complicit in the horrible decision making overseas here in this country. This is why, like when people are holding lives and asking Trump supporters, why do you vote for Trump? I think it's a stupid fucking question. Move on. The election's over. You need to start asking people, how are you voting in 2026 and 2028? Because we have to change the voices in Congress to hold Donald Trump accountable. We
Yeah,
have, and the people there now, the only time that the Republicans held him accountable and threatened to impeach and remove him was over Greenland because he was going to do it military. They told him, you do this, we will impeach and remove you. And then suddenly, he knew that he walked over the line and he walked back and he said, well, I guess we're just going to do this now. He knew he got told. So that tells you that if the Republican MAGA party stood up to him and made him get in line, a lot of the shit that was going on and is going on would stop. But they are complicit and they have to pay the price. And we have to put people, if there's a Republican out there that's anti-Trump and they're running and they're a good man or a good woman, and they want to hold him accountable, hey, look at that person. If there's a Democrat out there that is saying, hey, we're going to hold him accountable and we're going to go after this fraud, we're going to stop him and rein him in, vote for that person. Because that's what we need. We need our voices heard, and we need to check this guy and eventually get the numbers to impeach and remove. Because look, we're on the verge of a massive war. We're here because there's been no check on power. You guys got to realize that. The time for talking about who'd you vote for in 20, that shit's over. Fuck that. I want to know how you're voting in 2026 and 2028. And have you learned your lesson? Have you seen the disastrous run of Donald Trump and his MAGA-led party? That's where we're at. We got to stop talking about 2024. Who'd you fucking vote for? Bringing up a Trumper just to fucking dunk on him. Get the free TikTok or whatever the fuck. We should be having real conversations. We need to. There's real shit's going on. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I gotta get a pop. I mean, you guys take it over.
Sorry, guys. I'm doing spreadsheets, so I apologize.
Okay, I'll ask how many of y'all have already early voted, just out of curiosity.
I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going this week.
Make them count.
You know something that really scared the hell out of me? Right after the 2024 election, I got on a live, and some guy that was a speaker said, "This is great. So the United States can walk away from the world for 8 years, get our house in order, and then 8 years from now, we can go back and participate in the world." And I'm like, whoa, dude. I was just shocked when I heard that. But yeah, when he said that, I'm like, well, this is somebody with a fundamental misunderstanding of what just happened and how you maintain strength in the world. And it's not from walking away and getting your house in order, whatever that may be. You don't have the opportunity to do that. The way you keep your house in order is by continuing to be an actor on the world stage. And that's how we, keep ourselves out of problems like this. But, I guess the thing I don't understand here, and I'd love it if one of you guys would weigh in on this, is why is it Trump voters believe that the Iranians are, one, defeatable, that they can be defeated completely, and two, that the IRGC isn't going to do some really evil stuff?
I think that as Americans, like I have a lot of confidence in our men and women and our capabilities, right? Also, but I got to be real about something. Is like we can be badass, right? We can do a lot of awesome stuff, but we can still get hit, and we can take massive losses and still win, right? But my thing is, I've always how many? What's the number? What's the number that you're okay with losing in this? And what are you going when you knock on the door to tell that family that their son or daughter is gone? Can you please tell me what you're going to tell them? Why did they die? Tell me, what are you going to tell them? What was the threat to America? You don't say nuclear weapons because well, 8 months ago you said you obliterated it. And I don't want and don't quote Bibi because Bibi's one distance, but fucking 1995. So, we all know what he wants, right? Because it benefits. And now they're talking about Turkey. They're already moving on. They're already fucking moving on to somebody new because they know they already got told when they're going to do it. Fucking Bibi knows when Trump's going to do it.
Bibi has wanted anyone to attack Iraq.
Yeah.
Him. So he finally got a guy that he convinced this is a great idea. You can do it. Even if they're not attacking you, you can attack them because they are a blight on the world. So how are you going to pull that same argument with other nations and just keep rolling it on and on and on and make people say, okay, the United States is going to go to war for us and we're not going to have any problems? It doesn't work that way.
I know. What's up, Lynn? How you doing? How you feeling about this? Do you think he's going in? Lynn? Up top, Lynn, are you there? Might have accidentally requested. Don't worry, Lynn. Even if you accidentally request this lefty-leaning person won't block you just because you requested. I know there's some assholes on this app that like to block left-leaning people just because they request to talk to the host. Fucking assholes. Oh, I mean, can you imagine holding it live? Imagine holding it live and asking people to support you. Tap the screen. Hey, Venmo, Cash App, can you help me out? But then the same person wants to come up and talk to you. They're like, nope, I ain't talking to you. I'm fucking blocking you. How fucking stupid can you be? How fucking stupid can you be to block the side that supports you? Fucking dumbass. You agree with Dean? Well, okay. Hey, there's some people that like an abusive relationship. Cool. you like being talked down to and you want to give money, cool, hey, if that's your kink, go for it. That's your kink, do it.
Wait, what are we talking about with Dean? What happened? What did I miss?
He's just it's just gonna. He's fucking blocking left-leaning people who ask to come up to talk to him.
Oh.
It's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? I know it's not him. It's just other people doing it too. You know, it's like what I'm trying to say. It's like you're going to hold it live, and you're just going to talk about why'd you vote for Trump? Why do you still support Trump? What? Over and over and over again. Every fucking live is the same thing. No new topic, no new nothing. And that's all from another man that's on the left. One man just came up requesting on this Joey guy. The guy's got almost 1 million followers, right? This man just wanted to come up and thank the guy for what he does. The man didn't even let him get the thank you out, dropped him, and then moved on. Didn't even say, man, I appreciate nothing like that. And I'm going to say this to folks on here. When you give your hard-earned money to people, right? You're spending time and tapping their screen and sharing their lives and watching their videos. If that creator cannot take the time to hear your voice on these topics too, and they only want to use you for your money and your views, but they don't want to hear your voice, they look at you as peasants. Understand that. You're a peasant to them. You're not worthy of the opportunity to come up there and hear your voice. And that's never going to happen here with me. I want to hear because there's brilliant people that I want you to see. There's brilliant people, even if I disagree with them, I want to hear their voice. And I think it's important for the audience to hear all types of points of view on something, just not a narrative where I can paint for you so I can dunk on somebody and make easy money.
What it's more accurately, what I would refer to it as, it's literally ladder pulling. It's I'm already big shit and I don't want to let anybody else do that. That's all the fuck it is. And I mean, I'm not hating on Dean because I'm here for the grift, you know, fucking you make money, make your money. But
That's it's not about making money. It's not about, it's about the people who pay, the people who support you, how you treat them.
All I'm saying is on a personal level, that's not a practice I do, but you know, it is what it is.
I don't know. If you start up a live and you make thousands of dollars every live and that person's paying for your lifestyle, right? They're helping you. People work really fucking hard for their money. They work a lot of hours, right? I don't care if someone gives me $1, right? I tell them the same way a person gives me $100. Thank you. I appreciate you. And if that person wants to come up, they didn't have to pay, but hey, if they do, I'm trying to move them up because I want to hear from them. You know,
I'll say Rudy's a much more popular creator than I am, but he always brings me up. He's very nice about it, and I appreciate him for it.
Well, yeah, we same way. You know stuff that I don't know, and I want to hear from it. And we're gonna get off this because look, I know the guy is incredibly popular. People like him, but it just wasn't him. I watched other people doing it, and I'm just saying this as a left-leaning person on this app, bro. You never could get so big where you think that these people are like peasants to you, because you can lose it, right? People can get sick of you, right? And you always got to be thankful for the people that support you. And I don't know about you, but it gets redundant to just want to hear from one side and then wait for them. Oh, how many continents are there? And if they don't know the answer, you fucking dunk on them, you humiliate them. And I'll use hi. If I had taken the direction that some of these fellas, just not Dean, and if I had talked to you that way, do you think that you would have felt the way you do now about some of the stuff with Trump?
No. And it's like I said, it's through our talks, you know, because like you and I, dude, when I very first came up here, I remember the first couple of times I was on here, I know I rubbed you wrong every which way a lot of times. And it's through being able to talk and listen to other people's points of view, and you know, not just getting outside of my box and going, hey, you know, what about this? Thinking about this, you know, kind of looking a different way and kind of, you know, like you said, sitting down afterwards and doing a little self-reflection.
Yeah,
and going, you know, hey,
yeah. And my thing is, I just want people to realize this. And just because the amount of numbers, and this is not Dean, it's anybody that does this. And I'm saying that to you, to the viewers out here. Never let a man or woman, depending on the size of their account, ever disrespect you. If that person can't respect you and they're talking down to you, go somewhere where you can be respected and have your voice heard. Don't feel like you have to give these. It's terrible, and it shouldn't be going on. People should be thankful, and people should be trying to hear both sides, because if we're going to fix this shit in this country, you just can't talk to Republicans and MAGA folks and bring them up and try to humiliate them. Yesterday, I had a young man come in, or Saturday, had a young man, 19 years old. He didn't know a lot. He
Oh
said
yeah.
that he didn't know a lot. I talked to him, didn't I? I spoke to him. I encouraged him to look up stuff. Anything I said to him. Now, how do you think that goes down in some of these other lives? It's cool. And you know what? If I would have humiliated him, talked down to him, made fun of him, people are angry, right? So would I get more money doing that? Yeah. You make more money being nasty and a prick to somebody instead of sitting here and having a civil conversation with somebody. And that's the problem with TikTok and other social medias, is that a good conversation should be sexy too, and it should be appealing to you. But if you just like screaming and dunking on somebody that may not, we don't. I mean, like Cass knows probably a lot more about politics than I do, but I believe everybody brings something to the table. I believe everybody brings something to the table, so we should listen to folks and not be so egotistical about it. Go ahead, Cass.
I'll say this. There's just two things I want to say. Like, everybody has their moments. Hi and me have gotten into it before, and I'm not like removing myself from that category. We have. But if I see him again, I'm still going to be respectful with him. Like, there's no reason for me to just come in and yell at him. And like, it happens to everybody. Nobody's above it. We all have our moments. We all have our
crashed
time.
out. Yep, I
But
crashed out.
something I want people to remember is that there are going to be people on, like, especially like the further left, that may not agree with you either. It can always lead to a good conversation. And whether you're Republican, Democrat, whatever you may be, right? Wherever you are on that spectrum, change does not ever happen in one conversation. The actual amount of that is so exceedingly rare that, like, when we see it, we see clips of it over and over and over again, because it just doesn't. Multiple conversations are usually required. Talking to the same person who you felt like you've actually made a connection with is a good thing. And like, again, I'm not removing myself. I've crashed out. I've talked shit. Like, everybody does it. But like, I would say, to Rudy's point, I think a goal is, if you're really trying to change things, that you're really having these conversations in a real way with everybody, because it's good. It's good to have more knowledge, more things like that. And like, I'm not going to sit here and hate on like anybody, because they're allowed to run their lives the way they want to run their lives. However, I will say, I do see it when you get to a point where you're ladder pulling, where just nobody's as good as you, and you, like, nobody could possibly add into this conversation anything but you. I think you kind of look like an asshole. I said what I said.
That's how I feel about it. I just want people to respect yourselves, and I'm not telling you not to watch people and not do it. Like, I just think that when you are literally blocking left-leaning and Democrat people because they request, does folks know that people accidentally request? Like, they can be tapping your screen and you're blocking them because they're tapping your screen. Are you fucking stupid? How stupid can you be? And to me, that's an egotistical shit that I'm never going to be cool. I'm an old dude, 46. I'm not young like these guys. I've been doing this 6 years, and I have never, ever looked at the audience and said, how dare you request in my live? I've told you guys, I'm blocking you. How the fuck could you ever ask anybody to support you or send you gifts? I'm going to tell you the truth. I had a lady, Teresa lady, bought me the camera. I went out. I got the camera mount thing to hold it. Last night I bought another microphone for the laptop. I'm gonna put the work in. I'm gonna figure this out, because that lady believed in me so much to spend her money. You know what I mean? You gotta be thankful for when people spend their hard-earned money on you, not to talk. And then Teresa wants to come up here and talk. Teresa, come up here and talk. You can't get so big on yourself that you think you're the fucking, you walk on water. And people need to realize these are dudes with smartphones, okay? They're laptops, okay? They were fucking nobody until they went on a television show and they were showed to hundreds of millions of people, okay? That's what I'm saying. Respect yourself and respect your money. You work hard for it.
I was just going to say, that's the number one reason I attached the message on that tonight. Thanks for the talks.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I hope you caught that.
I did. And we'll get off this. I'm gonna get off my rant, because not everybody gonna agree with me. That's fine. But we're up over 100,000 likes. I appreciate you guys tapping that. That's no easy fate right there. We're talking about, I want to know, do you guys believe that Donald Trump's going into Iran? I want to hear from you guys. If you're Republican, you think, yeah, he's gonna go in, he's gonna clap. I enjoy it. I want to hear from you. And I think we got 1 out of 9 galaxies. I think that's what I saw up there. And the live goal started at 125 for the live goal, and it's down to $50. That information's right there. If you want to support, if you don't, I'm still going to do this till like 8 o'clock. And the people in the box, even if I fundamentally disagree with them, hook them up, show them some love, give them a follow, give them some TikToks. It takes a lot of courage to get in the box. Republicans request up. I want to hear. Do you think he's going in? And I'll ask you on the box. What do you think the consequences for us if he does it? What is the biggest consequence that we're going to pay?
It's going to be here on our doorstep. I honestly believe that. Honestly, like you mentioned earlier, your mind is closed if you don't think that there's already people here. Okay, and I'm going to bring it up. Considering the border was the way it was, we went unchecked on a lot of people. Yeah, good people came across, but you know what? Just as we both talked and we can all agree on, hey, J6 happened. A lot of people got in trouble. A lot of people, we tried to put everybody in the same box. Some of those people weren't bad. Some of those people were, guilty of circumstance, kind of in a way. Okay, they're good people that did come across, yes, but there were some bad ones too, and I think that's going to bite us in the tail big time, and it's going to be here on our front doorsteps. And I don't. That's the biggest consequence I can see happening.
I think the reality is, at a bare minimum, it's an absolute waste of our taxpayer dollars. There is no immediate pending threat, and to me, it's unjustified, right? But like, even if you walk away from that, certainly I think to High's point, it's possible it could land up on our doorstep. It's possible that it could escalate to a use of troops, and then we have troops that are unalived. It's very much problematic, and I don't see anybody saying this is the actual immediate threat they pose, and until that they can do that, like, absolutely not.
Well, and here's the thing too. We are cutting Medicaid, we are cutting SNAP, we are cutting WIC, we are cutting all these programs to help people. We cannot afford a war right now. We just can't. We need to worry about stuff that's going on at home. There's, like Cass said, there's no immediate threat. Nothing is actually happening right now. There's nothing we need to worry about. They're not, making threats towards us. We need to worry. I get it. Like, I feel bad for the people of Iran. I'm sure we all do. It's horrible what they're under, the regime they're under, but we can't afford this. We can't afford this. We can't even support our people here at home. We want them to have more babies. We want them to own houses, but we're cutting all the programs that help people because we can't afford them because of our debt. And now we're going to fund a war. We just can't do it. Can't.
Particularly,
I'll go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am.
If China were to get motivated to even cause some trouble, and they're already causing trouble with the Belt and Road Initiative and BRICS, and I think that we got to keep our eye on China because they are in Africa trying to buy up resources from poor countries, and all of this puts us in a terrible light. It just puts us in America in the role of being, the great Satan. And do we want to do that? No, but we can very easily fall into looking like the great Satan. And in today's world, that is about the worst place we could be.
I mean, if people are looking at America right now, how did Reagan put that? We're the city on the shining hill, or however you put that.
Shining city on a hill.
Yeah. Are we that? Are we that anymore? I mean, if we're looking at America.
No, we've always been a third world country with the fucking Gucci belt. It is what it is. Call it what it is.
It's just that I think we're losing what America, what that flag means, man. It's like what we did in Africa with the USID, ripping that aid from them people and watching children lose their life. I watched that video and it just really messed me up and made me more angrier inside at Trump and how they just went in there and gutted all that. It's that what we've done in this, little over a year now. It's disgusting what we're doing, and what we're doing to Cuba right now. A lot of people don't even know what we're doing to Cuba. There's 30 million Americans. I wonder how many people know that we are literally starving people in Cuba. and we're stopping them from having their fuel delivered so they can run their country. How many people every day just going to work? They have no idea what we're doing. You know, do they? I mean, when we're talking about putting the ships outside of Iran, do they realize how many people that are potentially about to die in Iran? How many people were? I mean, like, right, we're going after bad guys supposedly, right? How many people are going to lose their life that are civilians in Iran? Thousands, probably.
Too
Do the
many.
American people even pay attention? Do they know? You know, do they care? Most Americans can't even afford their groceries right now. Can't afford their bills, their electric bills. You know, they're struggling to try to get by. Can you blame an American if they can't afford their stuff? Do they have time to look at the news and pay attention? You know, there's a lot of shit going on in the country, and I sometimes I think Trump does it this way for keep people struggling so they can't pay attention to what's going on.
You are that is absolutely dead on the money. Between just throwing stuff at us constantly and making people struggle, it is absolutely part of their game plan. And it is nothing short of sick and twisted and so un-American, I can't believe it. But we need to change the game. And, the funny thing is the Declaration of Independence is like this break glass, only in emergency at the very beginning of it. It says, if the government is working against the people, then that's when you need to change what's going on.
What's up, Pike? How you doing? What's up, man? You there? Are you there? I know you're like right leaning. Are you there? Hello? Are you there? Hello? I don't know. He might have accidentally requested up. I thought he sure wanted to talk about this. If you're a Republican and I want to ask you guys if how you're feeling about. Do you guys think that Trump's going in to Iran within the next couple of days? And are you supporting it? Do you want the United States of America to go in and start a war with Iran? Do you want that? And hey, if you do, request up. I want to hear why and why you think it's good for America. If you don't think it's good, I want to hear from you. Okay, I want to hear from all sides on this. And we're at 114,000 likes. You guys are doing awesome. We get to 130 because I'll probably be off here at 8 o'clock. I'm trying to go live every day, 5 to 8. Like I said, my overtime at work got taken down because of the economy slipping. So I'm going to try to do this. And I do appreciate the support we've been getting from the live. It does help here at home more than you know. So if you guys want to help me reach the goals, and the live goals started at 125 and it's down to 50. If you want to support it that way, that Cash App Venmo's there. And the people in the box, please, it takes a lot of courage to come in these boxes and have your voices heard. If you want to support them too, please, I'd appreciate it. At least I do have a job, bro. I have a full-time job. I definitely would not quit my job to do TikTok. I'd be homeless. Just being honest. So what, Dean? Okay, you're talking. I don't know if Americans. I don't think we've lost. What was it since I think when Biden was pulling us out of Afghanistan? Is that the last time we lost some soldiers in a big time situation? Was that 13 there? Is that the last time we lost people like that?
In that number, yes, but we had some other recently in Lithuania. We had 4 soldiers, 4 service members last year.
They drowned.
There was an accident and 4 soldiers lost their lives. But in a direct attack like that, that was, I think, the last time.
I'm just wondering how the conscience of the country, and I don't want this to happen, right? But when you start a war, you go do stuff, you got to be real about it. There's bad shit going to happen. Like, how's the country going to handle sites of our bases on fire and potentially thousands of our soldiers dead? How do you think you guys, even from MAGA, how's MAGA handle that? You think they just say it's okay? They knew what they signed up for? I can see Trump saying that. I can see Trump coming out and saying they knew what they signed up for. I don't think that'll go over very well. Do you?
Oh, he did that once before during his first term. Remember when we had lost some service members in Africa, some soldiers that were supporting some SF operations, and he basically said that to one of the Gold Star wives on the phone. Well, they basically knew what they were getting into or signing up for, and yeah, that did not go over well when he said that.
He's a real piece of work, man. You know, let's see here. Tony is trying to get some Republicans to come up in here. Hey, man, I really want to hear from you guys. The floor is here, guys. I got plenty of boxes, and I mean, you about broke down the live want to come in here and talk about that halftime show. You know, this is really important. Do you guys think he's going in? Yes or no? And are you proud of it? Is that what you want to do? You know, how's that going to help? How's this help America, guys? If you can find anything, how's this help America if we go in and do this?
The number one way this quote helps America makes Donald Trump feel good that he is a wartime president and he's gone and done the deed. Now, how well it will go is a big question mark because of the status of our weapons. We are way low on a number of types of weapons, and this could get out of hand really fast. And I do not think that a lot of MAGA folks are going to be happy with what they get.
I wonder how many of them would turn on him. Like, I don't, man, the thought of losing our troops, a lot of them at one time, man, that's going to be, man, I don't want it to happen. But these guys, if Iran feels like hey, man, they're about to get clapped for good, I think they're going to pull out every stop they have. You know, I mean, if your back's against the wall, are you not going to pull out all your stops to defend yourself? And that, I mean, if that General Kane if that guy's raising hell and he's saying something to Trump, that tells you something. There's a few people around him trying to tell him some truth. Now, is he? Yeah, I'd like to know how many billions of dollars has the United States already spent putting all the resources there? You know, how many billions have we already spent just moving all of this equipment there? You know, that's why. So, are you now pro Iran? Does it? I don't understand something. Can someone help me understand? If I don't want to attack Iran, how does that make me pro IRGC?
Said many times that we don't support the IRGC, but we don't support our resources and our men and our women going over there. Like I said, we don't have money to feed our own Americans. We don't want to see our sons and daughters getting boomed. It's not that we love what's happening there. We are all I'm sure we're all very against it. We all feel terrible for them. Absolutely awful. I can't imagine what it must be like. I've cried for them. I feel awful for them. It's awful, but we can't afford to feed Americans right now. We can't afford to give our citizens health care. And now you want to go fight a war that isn't ours to fight? No, no, that's not okay.
MF, you're allowed to come up here and tell me why you disagree with me. That's why I'm doing the live. I want to hear from you. Like, look, I'm no Middle East expert, bro. I'm just a dude with a smartphone talking about it. I'm just talking about I don't think we don't have no justification. We didn't have no justification going to Venezuela either and doing what we did either. We had no justification for blocking the fuel going to Cuba. We had no justification for none of this stuff. Right now, America, I hate to say this, but right now we're like a terrorist organization. What we're doing to people. I mean, look at Cuba, look at Venezuela. We're hijacking people. Their oil. We kidnapped their president. Now we're starving off Cuba. Now we're threatening fucking to go into Iran. I don't like saying that. I love my country, but damn, you got to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's out of control.
These are Trump's big wants. He didn't like Maduro. He wanted to go after Maduro and get him in Venezuela. Job done. There's a lot of stuff that he does based on his personal beliefs, not on national security concerns for the United States. And that should scare the hell out of all of us. But
you think it would?
Yeah, you think it would. But
what's up, Lynn? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, boss? Thank you for letting me in the panel.
No problem,
I just need a little bit of education because, we went to Venezuela. Okay, we getting profit of that, with the oil, whatever. But Maduro wasn't no good guy. He was like a triple threat person. I always say that because whether the way we did it was legit or not, which they found a loophole to do it. But he was pretty much most of the people who left his country ended up in our country. A lot of them did because he must have not been doing something right over there. Another reason is that pretty much he was doing business with our enemies. Our enemies were pretty much, in this side of the world. We didn't want them there. And and then
Well, I mean, if we're going to take this route,
yeah.
shouldn't we be focused on Russia? Russia does a lot of shit with our enemies.
So no, I get it. Let me just it's
All
just gonna
right,
take
all
me
right.
like 1 minute 30 seconds to
That's
land my
fine.
plane.
That's fine. Go ahead.
So another thing is that of course he's doing business with all our enemies pretty much, Russia, China, Cuba, who else? Iran, all of them. They were going down there, whatever, getting fake passports saying they're Venezuelans, doing whatever they were doing. The petrodollar also, when right now I don't think we have the deal that we had with the Saudis. Now the Saudis do business with whoever they want. And now because of that, also our money, and now we also have Venezuelans pretty much doing business with our enemies, which at the end of the day, it all weakens our dollar once our money's not being used to do transactions with oil. So I get a little bit that that's the reason why we went in there, but I just want to know what are we getting out of going into Iran. I just want to know. I just want to know that.
Well, we've been asked the same
I
question.
mean, I mean,
We're,
I get it.
I mean,
We're
and
gonna
also,
disagree. We're gonna disagree on maybe Venezuela, and
well,
we're
the
gonna go
problem with
back and forth on that.
The
But
problem
I
with
just want to
Venezuela.
stick to Iran right now,
I
please, if
understand,
I
but
can.
you brought up Venezuela. But the
Yeah,
problem with
yeah, because
Venezuela,
somebody brought it up.
no,
That's
yeah,
why.
it's fine, but because he's out of control. The problem is with Venezuela, we have no right to take their oil. None. It's not our oil. I mean, the what was those pirate guys? They were hijacking oil ships too.
Or in
What?
Somali.
Yeah, the Somalians. We were blowing them up. Well, and then we turn around and we're doing it. What?
From my
And imagine,
understanding,
imagine though using the American military to hijack oil tankers.
yeah, but from my
We're doing
understanding,
that.
yes. I mean, like I said, I know we're talking about this, and that's like a whole nother thing. I mean, if
I know.
we can talk about this, but of course, it's your life. Is it
I
okay
understand.
if we, if
It's okay. You want to stick to Iran. I
right
get it.
next
I'm
time we
just
could we
saying.
could
But
do that?
I want to point there though. Look,
No,
I'm
no,
going to say.
I get all that,
I
but I'm gonna
understand.
come back. Yeah, I'm gonna
I
come back
understand.
and
I'm just
say,
trying to say that as far as Americans, I want you to see how difficult it is to just talk about one thing because there's so much, right? There's so much. I mean, one thing is just have a boring. I would give anything to go back to my boring president, Joe Biden. I'd give anything to go back
I,
to that guy.
I mean,
Just whenever every day the end of the world wasn't happening,
you know
the guy
something?
was.
I just like that there's people
I
like you,
miss him
man.
so. I missed him so much.
You know,
I wish I could give that man a hug. I'm like, man,
I
I
don't know.
miss you so much.
I don't know. I don't know. But at least this, man. At least we can have a civil conversation, and that's something that is just
Well,
missing
yeah,
so much.
I'm not no asshole, bro. I'm not. I
You
mean, like,
know,
look, I have my
and
moments.
I
I can
appreciate,
get a little
and
asshole
that
with
goes
you.
both ways, though. That goes both sides is what I mean to say. Both sides. But yeah, but I just want to know what are we getting from Iran? What is it that we're getting? I just
I
want
don't
to know
know.
what
I
is
think we
there. We're
should.
gonna get something from that. I mean, that's just like I just really want to know what the hell
I
what the
think
what the hell we're gonna
I think
get.
the American people need that answer, and I think the president of the United States should be out there telling you to tell you what you're getting from this decision because I think what we're getting is a big target on our back.
Just
And
more
make no
hate, just
mistake,
more
and
people
make no
hating.
mistake about it. There's a certain Benjamin Netanyahu who has been pushing this since like 1995, wanting us to
No,
do this.
yeah,
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I know that, and that's if we go down that hole, then it's then I don't know,
I
you might get
understand.
even.
I'm not trying to make this about this. I'm talking about Benjamin Netanyahu. This guy's been pushing that shit forever, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why that's where we got problems with the Muslims. If you ask me, that's the reason why we always beefing with the Muslims.
What? What? Why are we beefing with the Muslims over Bibi?
Pretty much. That's the conclusion I came
I
up
mean,
with.
I don't think so. I mean, I think we've had issues other places had nothing to do with Israel. But I mean, I'm looking at the direction of the country and what we're doing. I don't think there's no justification what we're doing, and awkward silence. I don't think there's. I don't
So
understand that.
okay, so nobody here because I don't have an answer. What's the profit we're gonna get from? What is the incentive? What
What
are we
could
gonna
happen
get?
though? What could
So
happen though? I mean, if we take over Iran, they go and they cripple it. Then China doesn't get their oil. How does China, who has 1.6 billion people, how do they handle that? You know, man, they're getting oil from Iran, and if they lose that connection, it's like, hey, what do you do there? I mean, are we backing China into a corner where they got to do some shit that they normally didn't want to do?
so that's
You
the
know,
so basically that's a profit. The incentive is that we're gonna block China from getting their oil, so that way we can dictate things and be like, no, you got to do this way, or you're not getting no oil. That's where it's going. So that's see, you put me on. You put me on. You putting me on right now. You know.
well, I
So
mean, but again, if we go back to what happened, what caused Pearl Harbor is that the United States cut off Japan with the oil, and they got pissed and they attacked us at Pearl Harbor because of
yeah,
that.
Japan was no good guy either. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
He
not
was
bad
he's
guy.
down
But they were, yeah, they were ran by some bad, but yeah.
where you
I'm
know
just
who.
saying,
You know.
but when you back someone into a corner, you cut off their oil, and then then they go up and do some bad shit to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes I think is necessary, but this time I don't think it is. You know, I don't think it's necessary. But again, like I'm just, we agreeing right now. I just want to hear somebody say, what is it that we're gonna get? Well, you said what we're gonna get, and what I'm supposed to be agreeing? I mean, am I
Uh,
really?
BB means Benjamin Netanyahu. That's his. That's
I
his.
know, I know, I know, I know.
No, I mean the person in the chat was asking what BB is.
I
It's
know.
Benjamin Netanyahu. That's
So,
what he goes by, BB.
so yeah, so like, you never put a
I mean,
rat or animal corner.
did you vote for Trump? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I'm definitely or was or I don't know. I don't know what. I don't care. You know what? I hope the
It's okay.
Democrats win.
It's okay, man. You could be
No, it's
a
fine.
Republican.
I'm good. I'm good either way. Whether you agree
Well,
or disagree, I'm good with
I just
myself.
wondered, like
Yeah.
when you voted for him, and he told you no new wars. He told you that he wasn't going to nation building. Do you feel like he just lied to you?
Of course, of course. Even though I do support him going on Venezuela, though.
I don't understand that.
Because I think Maduro was just too much of a threat for us. He was just doing so many things, dealing with
How
too
was he?
many
How
people.
was he a threat to us?
He's aiding the people that don't like us. He's aiding the people that don't like us. He's a narco guy.
Okay, now you got to realize something.
Biden indicted him. It
Hold on,
wasn't
you got to
Trump.
realize something. Do you know
Yeah,
who was
but you get
aiding?
what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Biden
You know,
indicted him. It wasn't Trump.
you know who was aiding Iran when they were going through their thing with Israel? Oh, Vladimir Putin was bringing resources and missiles and different shit, giving them to him.
Yeah, but
So
this is what it is. Like
I
we
mean, if we
can't.
bring
We can.
and
We can.
Donald Trump brings out the red carpet up there in Alaska for
No,
him.
I get it. I get it. But
Why
the
didn't we arrest him?
because it's not. It's you're gonna go for the weaker guys. You're gonna go for the weaker guys. You're not gonna go. You can't. You're not gonna go head on. You're not gonna go.
Are you saying Donald Trump's too much of a pussy to take on a real fight?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's not. It's not rentable.
Hmm?
That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? It's not. It's not. I don't know if that's the right word how to say it, but you get what I mean. Yeah, it's not. It's like you always want to attack the weaker force.
Yeah, so we're just a bully.
That's how the world. That's how war is played.
So why aren't we just going into Cuba right now and overtaking it?
Because it's gonna collapse by itself.
Do you support starving them of their oil?
Shit. I am a human being, I mean, I mean, my heart says no,
Hmm.
but strategically thinking, yes.
So you would start. So you're okay with starving them,
No, I'm not okay with it.
but you would still do it.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you said you would.
I didn't say I would. I said my heart says no.
But what'd you say after that, though?
I said I said that what was it that I said? I said that strategically I will.
Hi, Emma. I watch
Strategically it
your
makes
show.
sense.
Hold on,
You
real
get what I'm
quick, Emma.
saying?
I watch your show, Emma. I think you do a really good job. I like your personality. You do a really good job. Oh, go ahead, man.
So yeah,
I was just fangirling. I saw somebody
yeah.
I really like.
Strategically it makes sense. And plus, you know what it is too? And again, not really, because they were the bodyguards aiding Maduro and all that, and it's just a grudge thing. But strategically, it makes sense. But humanely, it doesn't make sense. It's bad. I'm just saying what it is.
Do you think it puts America in a bad position to be doing the things that we did to Venezuela, the things we're doing to Cuba, and the things we're
Well,
doing to
when it comes to
Iran? I
Venezuela,
mean, when does our number get called? When all this negative shit we're doing abroad, what
well,
happens
then
to?
the
And
way.
I don't want it to happen, man. But
Okay,
what
no, I
happens?
hear. Listen,
You
I
know,
understand, but this is what I'm saying. When it comes to Venezuela, a lot of Venezuelans are happy that this happened. They're like, we don't give a shit about the oil. Take the oil. Just get that man out of here. I mean, go ahead. Just do one live. One day, just do yourself. Do a live on Venezuela, and just I guess do this. Put an American flag with the Venezuelan shape, and see what happens. See how many Venezuelans go in there and see what they got to say.
well, I mean, I'm sure you're going to find some people. I
No,
mean,
you're
but
not. You're not gonna
I mean,
find some people.
if I'm going to be honest, there's people here in America that wants us to be rescued right now. Like, I mean, I don't know about you guys in here. I feel that, hey, and thanks, Hi, I appreciate you too, man. Thanks for coming up. I think there's a lot of us Americans that are waiting for someone here to rescue us.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm not happy with Trump. Like
I feel like
you know,
I feel like we're under tyranny right now, bro. I'm watching this guy's out of control, man. He is out of control, man.
and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you 100. That's why I'm shit out of luck, man. Because like I'm not. I don't think I'm not a Democrat. I supported Trump, but now it's like I don't even like Trump. So it's like I'm just shit out of luck.
Are you a Hispanic man?
Yeah, of course. I'm Hispanic.
Man, there's a lot of things I
And
could
you
ask you
like
about.
Trump? Are
There's
you
a there's a
kidding
there's
me?
a lot of things.
Well,
I know. Hold on, we're not going to do that. We're not going to jump on him, okay? All right.
it's
There's a
fine.
I'm
He
not
lot of
can.
there's
jumping
a.
on him.
It's
It's,
fine.
I know,
It's
but
fine.
like
He
you
can.
can.
He can. He
I
can.
know it's not. No, we're not.
Well, it's
I'm
your
just talking
fault.
about.
All right.
No,
Go
it
ahead.
doesn't give me the right because I'm the host. It does give me the
Got you.
right.
Got you.
I mean, you talk
I have a
about
lot of
taking out
I have a lot
Maduro,
of
but you
questions.
left in there the people that supports him anyway. So I don't understand
I have
that.
a lot of questions. Yeah, I do
Oh,
think
I
that
gotta
you're.
go. I got a phone call coming in.
Okay. I think you're a fascinating guy. I think I could ask a lot of questions, but it'll go into like it might get uncomfortable.
It's
You know.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
Well,
I have thick skin.
oh, okay.
I'm a
You're a Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Okay, you're a man of color, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
100%
like,
white.
okay, and so you you voted for a guy that told you he was going to do the biggest deportation in American history. And
Well,
hold on, let me finish, and then you can go. Now people that look like you can't even walk down an American street without being harassed and their children harmed. How did how the how at night when you're thinking about this stuff and you voted, how do you justify that vote now? After watching that, that's my question to you. It's like I don't understand a person in your position how you would vote that way, and to know people that look like you are being harmed. Can you help me understand? And I'm not trying to be rude to you.
no, you're not. You're not. And you could be a little rough. It's okay. It is what it is. I'm already used to it.
I don't. No, I'm not. There's no point in me being rough to you. We're both.
Right.
You already voted.
What I'm trying to say is it's not gonna affect me. That's what I mean
Okay.
by that. But I totally agree with you, man. Because at the end of the day, even though I support Trump, even though I support illegal immigration, I didn't really think it was gonna go down like this. I didn't think that he was gonna pretty much treat Maria, who cleans your bathroom, like El Chapo or
Mhm.
or Mencho. You know, I get it. I get it, but it's also not good to have my mass migration, because even though I am Hispanic, it still affects me. You know, because it's like the only people who, to me, pretty much benefits from that is just the 1%, because they're getting 3 workers for the price of 1. That's how I,
Okay, but
I'm
That's
kind
then
not
of
always true.
okay,
That's
exaggerating.
not always true.
but then
Yeah,
my
I'm kind of
question,
exaggerating so you could get the point.
but then my question would be, right? Okay, if that's your claim, why are you not more mad at the businesses?
You're right.
Why are
No,
you
no, no, no.
taking it out on the people that are coming in
But I'm
and not the
not.
businesses
I
themselves?
miss.
Don't call me miss. You can clearly see my name.
Listen,
He's just
listen,
being
listen,
Cash. He's
listen.
just being
I am
polite.
trying to.
That's all he's
You know
doing.
what? I'm just trying to be respectful,
I
Miss.
know you
I don't
are.
have to call you your name. I just have to be respectful to you, okay, Miss? Okay, thank you,
Oh,
Miss. All right,
okay,
or
yeah, there it
Mrs.
is.
All right. So again, no, I'm not. You know what? They should be fining $10,000 per worker, and we'll see how per worker, whoever they catch that doesn't have any paper, that are illegal. I don't care if you're Mexican. I don't care if you're Russian. If you're European. I don't care where you're from. Charge them $10,000 per head, and that will stop.
I know,
Yeah, no,
Sure,
and I
but
get it.
where's
That's
where's that legislation?
excuse me.
but what I want to get to really is like when you're watching, and I know you got internet, man. You're talking to me, so when you're on X and you're watching the videos of, I watched a little boy and his family come back from a basketball game, and they got caught up in these protests, and ICE shot like this flashbang at the car, and it blew out the windows, and the smoke got in there, and the kid wasn't breathing.
No,
Right?
I agree.
And I know, but like,
I'm not happy
when
about that.
I know, but you're not happy. But have you demanded for him to be impeached and removed? What does he what Lynn, what does he have to do for you to say I'm not with him? And he has to be. And it's one thing to say, okay, I made a mistake. Vote for anybody can vote for people. Well, when I have these conversations with people, I just want to know where's the line.
No, no, no.
When
Listen.
are you going to say, man, he shouldn't be doing this to people?
It's working there. I'm here talking to you, right?
And I appreciate it. And these
Because
conversations are not easy. And I'm trying really hard to be respectful, because like I don't. It's hard to get folks to come up and talk. And I'm not trying to humiliate you or talk down
no,
to
no,
you.
no, no.
You a grown
And you
man, and
can't.
I'm.
You even if they might think you're humiliating me, but I know who I
Yeah,
am and I
I
know
know.
my heart. So
I'm just trying to.
I'm just saying
Understand.
you can say whatever you want to say, and they're all gonna agree with you. But at the end of the day, I won't feel humiliated. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm just talking from my standpoint. I'm
But
just
yeah,
trying to
yeah, yeah.
understand.
But
Like when we watch all this stuff going, and you know that he told everybody what he was going to do, right? But do you think
well,
he
not
downplayed?
like this, not like this, not like this. This is not what I. This is not.
I,
To be
well,
honest, this is not what I signed up for.
I
I
understand.
didn't.
Okay, you say you didn't sign up for this, but you did
Not like
vote for.
this.
Okay, all right, but hold on. But you did
And hold
vote
on,
for
I'm
him.
sorry. Just one more thing, please, please.
Okay,
And I
all
don't
right.
even think he's gonna beat Obama. Not because the way he's doing it, he's gonna get sabotaged because he's not doing it the right way. So I don't even think. I think the numbers he's putting up, I think they're a lie. He too. I think he's lying about the numbers. If you ask me, I don't know. But go ahead.
But
Sorry.
it's not even about the mass deportations, Len. It's about the way he's carrying them out. Obama didn't do this.
No,
He's racially profiling people. He's going after people just for their colors of their skin. I've said this before on this live, and I'll say it again because maybe you haven't been here. I'm actually in Minnesota. I'm actually a protester, and I actually do the community watches. I've seen them go up to people that are just on the street and
No,
and, and
I get
grab
it. I
them.
get
And
it.
I've
And I
seen them
get
go
it.
after
I agree.
children.
I agree.
I'm glad you brought that up real quick, Lynn. I want to ask you this: how does that feel to know that you, as a man of color, right? You voted for Donald Trump, and then he went to the Supreme Court and asked the Supreme Court to make it okay to racially profile you. Do you think here in America you should be able to go to the gas station, pump gas without an agent coming up on you and asking for your paperwork, just based off the color of your skin, or if you're speaking Spanish? Do you think
Well,
that you
I
should
tell
be
you
able
this
to?
much: he won't be getting my support no more.
Okay. And like, look, and I'm not, I'm not trying to beat on you. I'm just
No,
trying to hear.
it's that you're. I mean,
I'm
that's
I'm
not what I
trying, bro.
signed up for. But I didn't like. I didn't like. Okay, first, if we're gonna go there, then I'll be like, why do you vote for Trump? Well, I don't like what a lot of things the Democrats stand for. You know, we could go down and
Well,
go back and forth with
it's
that. You
okay,
know,
and I think a lot of people, if I'm being honest with you, like a lot of people on your side, like you're probably really conservative. You don't like
now I'm not that
you.
conservative, but
Well, you there's probably you don't like the trans thing. I'm gonna probably throw it out there. Maybe you don't like maybe some of the maybe you're pro life. Maybe there's something out there, some wedge issue that you focused more on instead of looking at the stuff that was important, right? And I think it's just not you, but there's a lot of folks that's like that. They focus on one thing. It's like a lot of folks focus on the trans thing for some weird reason, but the guy is in there cutting Medicaid, and millions of people are suffering because of it. But he had you focused on this when it doesn't even focus. It doesn't even do nothing to your life. You know what I
well,
mean?
I just put it like this, man. I'm just glad he only got like 3 more years to go. You know, and
What
if he,
can I ask you? What did you learn from this?
huh?
From an from what did you learn from this? Like voting for him and
Okay,
going through this?
you want me to tell you what I learned?
Yeah.
Don't trust politicians, no matter in which side. That's what I learned.
That's
And do
exactly
and
what
do
they
and
were
do what's
trying you
best
to do.
for who's around you, for the community and the people who's around you. That's it. That's all I got. But I don't care. You know, I really hope you guys win next time. I don't care. I really hope you
Would
guys
you
win.
vote? Would you vote for Democrats in the
No,
midterms?
no, I wouldn't. I would just I would just let it be. Let it be. Just let it be.
That's why we lost. That's why we have Trump, because people said, I'm not going to
It's
vote.
okay
I'm going to
because I
protest.
don't really stand. I don't stand for more than half of what the
Uh,
Democrat stands. So that's why I just let it be. I'm just gonna you know what? I just gonna treat people independently. You know, I already noticed that through this political what I've been going through this political thing, however you say it, it's just shit people on both sides. So it's like, you know what? I'm just not dealing with that. I'm just gonna deal with people
I know,
individually.
but at some time,
That's
man,
it.
I understand that the whole I actually the both sides argument drives me nuts because I think people don't want to pick a side because they don't want to admit either they're wrong. But I do think as an American, at some point, you got to pick a side because I think I'm going to tell you the truth. You staying home and you not voting and you not voting Democrat, you're not fixing the shit that's happening to your people.
No, but voting Democrat is
I
not
know,
gonna
but if
fix it
you,
either.
I know, but you,
Maybe
that's
we
not
need
true.
some other parties. Maybe we need more
But the
parties.
thing that
I don't know. But I don't think
my thing is
that's never going to happen in our lifetime.
my thing is
then I just
but
I'm on. I'm
sir, if there's people in this country that are let's say Democrats and they're wanting to protect people of color like you, and they want to make sure that people like you are not
I
being
don't need
targeted.
I don't need protection because I'm
Well,
legal
sir, I know, but
and
sir, it doesn't matter if you're,
Doesn't
but
matter.
and
please listen to me. It doesn't matter if you're legal. You're a man of color. You fit
yeah,
the
okay.
profile, and they're going to stop you. They're going to harass you. Shit, and you can say I'm an American, and they're bringing you in. Oh, you got your children with you? Guess what? They're going to ask for their information. They're going to take them too. And you let's say you get cranky about it. Guess what? Your ass is on the ground getting pummeled.
I get it.
And
I
this
get
is
it.
my,
But
I
you
know,
know,
but
who
there
knows?
has
Maybe I'll
but
change my mind. Maybe I'll change
what
my mind.
do you
But
need
right
to?
now, I'm not
I
ready
know
for it.
you shouldn't have to get your ass kicked to change your mind.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you.
What state are you in? What state are you in? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not. I don't need to answer no more.
Okay,
But thank
that's
you.
fine.
Okay.
I appreciate it, Lynn.
Weird.
You did all
Thank
right.
you for
You did all
letting me in
right.
your platform. You
Ain't
have
no
a
problem.
very respectful platform. I
All right, man. It's good
much
conversation.
respect.
I'd like to have you back. We can talk about more stuff.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Have a nice night.
You too.
He doesn't want to say what state he's in because he's probably in a
It's
state where he's not in imminent danger yet.
it's fine. People don't want to give out their information. I don't need to know what
Mm,
state he is. It was a good conversation. I disagree. I think you can't sit it out. You know what I mean? You got to be involved. You know, you got to.
that's yeah.
But I do think there's a lot of Trump supporters out there that he lied to. I mean, you heard him. He goes, I didn't think they were going to do this. And like, look, all you got to do is look at January 6th. You look at the violence of that day, how he lied, what led up to that, how he put it in place, and you think, oh, he ain't going to do this. Sorry, guys, and look what he's been doing all over the country, all over the world, man. This is a violent man.
We told people too. We put out their message. We told them this was going to happen. We told them he will start wars. He will go after undocumented people. He won't care if they're criminals. He's going to racially profile people. We told them. They told Kamala told MAGA. Joe told MAGA. We told them, and he's doing everything that was in Project 2025, and nobody listened.
Hey,
I
and I
know, but
see, real quick, I see Cynthia in there saying I was wrong, and now, but it's like this, Cynthia. It's like you can vote for anybody, right? You vote for them, you don't know what they're going to do, right? They go in there and you're like, my God. The biggest point is like be able to take a step back, go, I was wrong. It's different when people vote for it and they say, oh, he's wrong, and they still continue to go down that path. That's my problem with people. It's like I want people to be an American in this situation. I'm not asking for Democrats, Republicans, or independent. I'm asking you to be an American, to look at the situation and go, is this guy fit to be president of the United States? Is he doing the best for our nation? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Cass. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, you're good. I mean, I think like I can harken back to like, we kind of fucking told you so, but I don't think it solves the fundamental problem, to Rudy's point, which is like, okay, there's a problem now. How are we going to fix it? Like, are you going to go vote differently in midterms? Are you going to where are we going from here? Because we're in a shit sandwich. We got to be able to get out of it, and I'm not saying midterms are not going to do much to correct the whole thing, because when somebody is acting lawlessly like this motherfucker is, I just don't know how much it's going to help. But if we can recognize there's a problem, we got to be able to move forward, right? So I think, Cynthia, I think it's great that you realize this, and I love she said yes, that she's going to go vote differently in the midterms. And I have never sat here and demanded anybody vote blue, red, blah blah blah. I have only ever demanded that you absolutely hold who you vote for accountable, and that you make sure that they are consistent with what you believe and what you think is good. And I think that's the problem is that Trumpers run into, is that they feel like they have to blindly defend every action. You absolutely don't. I never defended anything blindly that Joe Biden did, Kamala Harris did, fucking Obama, any of them. It does not matter. It's okay to call somebody out and say, this is not okay. I'm not good with it. We need to fix this now.
I didn't like it when Joe Biden wouldn't give Ukraine the missiles to shoot into Mother Russia. I was like, what? What are you doing there? Why are you handicapping them for? Give them the shit. What the hell? It's a war, man. Why are you doing that to them? I didn't. There's lots of times I disagreed with him, but I think people, but we also got to realize that so many people who are Trump supporters, a lot of these folks got into politics because of Donald Trump. So their whole political identity is Trump. And they don't, that if you watch them, certain people sell merch on here, right? And we know who they are, right? We know the whole vibe, the whole thing is Trump. So if the thought of him not being relevant and not being the guy they go to is so earth stopping to them, but they don't know how to function like that.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why. It's something that it's psychologically really it's a logical fallacy. It's referred to as a sunk cost fallacy. You've already dedicated all your time, effort, and energy into this, and rather than pulling back and being like, something is wrong here, it's much easier for you to power forward, even if it kind of splits your logic a different way, right? So always be aware that those exist, and we can all fall victim to these. I am not calling anybody out for being MAGA or any of that. We can all fall victim to these. The best thing to always acknowledge is that it's absolutely okay for you to be wrong sometimes, because goddamn it, I get up here sometimes and I'll get a text from a friend saying, oh, that may have not been correct, and I correct myself. You know why? Because it's way more important to have correct knowledge than let somebody run around looking like they're stupid. Don't ever do that to me.
I do think that it's important of how you deliver that information that someone's wrong. If I did a video and it was wrong, and if you go in my comment section reaming my ass and saying how stupid I was, instead of sending me a private message saying, Rudy, You got that wrong. This is wrong. This is what it really was, right? I think it's the same thing when you're talking to Trump supporters in here, and some of them are good, and you can have, and some of them want to just fight, and I can understand there's a difference. Some you just got to match your energy. But I think if we truly want to change the direction of the country, instead of just bringing them up and using them for fodder and getting the TikToks and the good donation, you got to have these real conversations. And you just
Yeah.
with that fella, was it a sexy conversation? Did I trash him? No, we had a real conversation because we're two adults, and I was respectful. I respected him, even if he was totally different from me. Okay, this is how they change. This is how you change the direction of the country. And I hope more people do these on these lives. It's not easy, and you're not going to make a lot of money doing it. I'm going to be honest with you. But if you're only worried about making money and trying to humiliate people, you're not on here for the right reasons. I'm not going to knock people for making money. Okay? It's a lot of work doing these lives. But do you love the country? And do you want the country to be better? That's my question. I want the country to be better, and I'd rather make less and do it the right way than make more and then come on here and just show my ass and make fun of Trumpers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I could,
delivery is very important. Like, yeah, to Rudy's point, there are some times where you have to match energy, and that's fine. But a lot of times it can just be like, I don't think you're correct about that. Let's
yeah.
take a look at it together,
Mhm.
something.
Yeah, it is because there's times when I don't know something. I don't know a bill. And that's one thing you got to be careful with when people on both sides do this. They'll come up with some random bill that you never heard of. And if you don't know it, they'll look at you like you're an idiot. It's like, do I look like a fucking human Google machine to you? I don't know. That's why I always tell you guys, I'm just a dude with a smartphone. Well, don't think that I'm like some people have this vision of some of us that all we do all day long is just politics. I'm sorry, guys. I'm watching movies. I'm reading the news. I'm doing other stuff. I don't know every fucking thing. But this is why it's important, like I said earlier, to bring up people that know different points of view and not be afraid to share your platform with other people that may be more smarter than you. It's okay. I don't have to be the smartest guy in here. I don't need to be the star all the time. You know what I mean? It's good to hear from different walks of life. It's okay. And it's very, very important to hear people. You know what I mean? So we got to remember that. And we're getting close to the wrapping it up time. We're at 156,000 likes. We got 1 out of 9 galaxies, and the live started with a $125 live goal, and it's down to 50. If you guys want to support that, that Cash App and Venmo is right there. And guys, it helps more than you know. And the people in the box, if you guys can show them some love, I'd appreciate it. If you're enjoying this type of live, please consider hitting that follow button. I'm going to try to do these from 5 to 8 as long as my overtime got cut down. So I'm trying to get my butt on here and trying to talk about stuff that is important. And we could be on here tomorrow. We could be at war. So I don't really know what the hell's going to happen here. But I really want to have these lives where we're having discussions and we're not. Sometimes you hear people start screaming at each other, but I don't like it. I got this headset on. It gets loud as shit. So I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to stay calm and just have good conversation.
Before you end, real quick, did you see that? It looks like the women's hockey, U.S. Olympic hockey team will not be accepting the invitation to the White House or to the State of the Union because they heard that phone call. You guys, you know what I'm talking about, Rudy?
No, what's the phone call?
Okay. Apparently, after we beat the Canadians yesterday in men's hockey.
Are you talking about the hockey? Are you talking about Trump saying that he's going to take them, fly him in, and use milk? Are you talking about that phone call?
Yeah, and at the end of that phone call, he was like, "Well, I'm going to have to invite the women's hockey team," and like the whole team laughed at him. Oh yeah, you need to listen to the whole thing. So yeah, the women's hockey team.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part.
Yep, he sure did. He was just like dissing on the women's hockey team.
Yeah, he invited.
If we're being real, are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised at all.
Because go ahead.
Well, if you listen, ever the last couple of weeks that the Olympics they were the interviews with a few of the American athletes, they've been very vocal about things going back out here. So that really irked Trump. And, he invited the women's hockey team to the State of the Union, and they're like, no, I'm not going. Sorry, we're busy. So.
I don't blame them. He said,
"Oh God, no." So, can I just mention one thing? The couple nights ago that I was on your live, and we were talking about some things. I had mentioned my situation. One of the members in our community helped me out. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't have permission to mention her name. I just want to publicly say thank you. She helped me out. So once again, our community rose to the occasion. So I
There's a
just
lot of
wanted,
nice. There's a lot of nice people on this app,
yeah,
man. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
you
So
sometimes you forget it. It's like you see a lot of hate on here. People talk a lot of shit to you. And you know the one thing I'll tell you, the one thing I always amazes is like people that you don't even talk to, right? I always try to be. If I see people come in, they say hi to me. I always want to say hi to them. If they send me a message, I always try to talk to them. And you know, I always want to be appreciative. You know, say thank you, because this is what I was trying to talk earlier. Is like you can never get so big on here where you don't appreciate the people who come on here and tap the screen, share the live, and do all that, and the people, the mods, and the people that comment, people that are supporting you. You can't get so big. I don't give a shit if I ever got a million. I'm going to be the same dude I've been from the beginning. You know, you got to appreciate the people that are in here hanging out with you. You know, appreciate the guests. And even if you disagree with them, you know, there's ways to do this and there's ways not to do this. And if people are on here supporting you with your hard-earned money, you first of all, you got to give them the best of who you are. And there's times when I don't go live is because I'm not mentally with it, and I won't be able to conduct myself in a way. You know, you got to come on here, and I'm going to give you the best show and the best live that I can. And that means getting the best people in here and having really good conversation and and it's not sexy conversation where I'm not screaming at people. You know, sometimes that happens, but no, I don't want to scream at people. I want real conversation. I want stuff that changes and just not dog walking dumb Trump supporters that don't, you know, just want to fight.
and
I know
it's
it's
like,
entertaining. But it's if you're in my position, one, your account's probably going to get taken down. They're going to report you. Two, the people watching you, how are you changing their mind? It's about changing minds and getting people to think about politics and pay attention. That's it. That's what it's about. And I'm not doing this to try to be nasty to people. I don't like it. It's not who I am.
and you
Go
know
ahead.
what? And it's, but here, you know, we've been going through this for years, and it's nice to come into a space that we can have multiple different views and talk about it. And like you said, we're not looking to change anybody to vote Democrat. We're not looking to rip you because you voted for them. We're just trying to understand why, where you're coming from, what's important to you, and explain to them what's important to us. And you never know who's listening in live that doesn't like to come up, that
Mhm.
doesn't like to comment, but just wants to watch. I mean, I have lives going all the time. You know, I barely watch TV. I'll find a live that, you know, I'll be doing stuff just to listen. And it's like I'll learn stuff. You know, I learn stuff from Cass. I learn stuff from Sylvia, from Becca. I just, you know, I learn stuff. And it's nice to come into a space that it's not, oh, you're just you know, all the time. Because you're not getting your point across.
I also think it's important as creators to bring up people like Cass. I think Cass should have a couple 100,000 followers easy. Smart lady. Very smart. I think it's as a creator, if you have an opportunity to bring someone up and have more people say, I wished I used to get thousands of people at a time in these lives, and I hope that if I'm consistent, they'll start showing me more, and then you can help bring up other folks, so other folks get seen. Like you may not see, she has the Supreme Court lives talking about the Supreme Court, which is very informational and helps got big dummies like me understand what's going on. You know, so I can see it and understand it, and I can send her a message saying, "Hey, what does this mean?" You know, yeah, but
I
yeah.
appreciate that, Rudy.
Oh yeah, well you're smart, and then people. That's what I'm trying to say with these other creators, bro. You can't be afraid of putting folks up here. You got to be able to share the spotlight with them. You know, it's what you don't get, and you know, a person doesn't grow account by themselves, man. It's the people that support you. They do all the stuff. They help you. You know, I'm only as good as the people around me and doing this stuff. You can't do this stuff by yourself. You don't know everything. And if you believe you know everything, you're an egotistical prick. Just telling you. And it's not easy doing this shit, but it's a lot easier when you have smart people around you. I can tell you that.
Rudy, I'm
Cass is
going back to
smart.
school. I'm going back to school
Sylvia,
at 55.
freaking Sylvia. Sylvia's freaking smart to, you know.
No, thank you.
All these Goldie, I just met you tonight, and I think I've heard her, very, very smart lady. You know, I think that one thing on the left that we got a lot of smart women, and they outweigh the men big time. How smart they are. I just think you gotta uplift folks. You gotta let other people see them and let their voices be heard. I think it's important. You know, can't be afraid. You can't be afraid of someone outshining you. I think as a host, you want to bring the best that you have. That means guests. When you're looking through the people requesting, I know who brings it. I know who's going to have it, and I want them up there. And like people say, oh, well, you just can't handle the smoke. No, I can handle it. I want to hear her or him. I do. I don't need to be the star all the time. You know, I'm just the guy holding the live. I'm the voice, yeah. But you know what? I want it.
But as women, we come in here because we know that you respect us.
No, yeah. My wife will kick my ass. Believe that.
but like, you know, a couple lives before when we had a guest and he said, I don't even know why you're on the panel to me. And you just jumped right in and was like, we're not doing this.
Yeah, you don't tell somebody they don't belong. Like I've heard say, well, I don't even know why this person's here. Why are you here? You know what I mean? I think everybody brings something to the table. You know what I mean? I'm not I'm not the most gifted speaker in the world, but I know how to talk to people. I bring what I bring to the table, and I'm good with it. I've accepted who I am. I know my limitations. I know what I'm good at, you know, and I try to just to be me. And I don't need to be a Dean Withers or Parker or anything else. You know, I don't need to be that robotic, you know, voice. I like to be me, and and I'm older. I'm tired. I want to be real with the situation and not be fake. You know, that's all I'm saying. I want people to be real.
We appreciate you as women.
Rudy, yeah, I think I've always told you, Rudy, I've been in so many other left-leaning lives, and I have to leave because you know why. And I don't feel supported there, and I don't feel like I can talk freely there. And I always come in here. I always feel supported. I always feel like you're kind, you're respectful. I speak for everyone on the panel here and a lot of us in the audience. We really support and appreciate what you do. You are kind to everybody and you always give everybody a fair chance. And if somebody's being rude, you call them out and drop them. And I really appreciate that.
I know when you guys are scrapping, and I have to tell Cass, stop. I know she want to rip my head off me. I'm like, girl, just let them talk. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm like, my God, I know she's gonna dog walk this dude. Just let him say what he's gonna say. And, you know, and it's hard. It's hard to tell your friend not to shut. Just let them talk. You know, because they're saying stupid shit. You know what I mean? But it's sometimes it can be difficult. It's not easy to be a host. It ain't. But I love it. I'm a terrible guest. I really am, because I fucking talk too much. I'm so used to hosting. It's really weird to go into a space and you're not the host. I'm okay, but I'm not the.
If you really want to see Cass dog walk some people, you should watch RJ Core's live. He gets some of the most weirdest people.
You know, I think some people get different walks of Republicans on here. Like they just show them the different people.
Cass will come up, and I'm like, oh no, this guy's done.
I just gravitate toward people that are real, man. Like they answer the question honestly, and like when people won't answer questions honestly, and you know they're being fake, I can't deal with that. I'm always going to be honest with the viewer and the people, and man, believe me, they get mad at me when I answer honestly. They do, and I'm like, look, I'm not the deciding vote on the Senate floor. I'm just a dude with a smartphone. You get mad at me for what? Just my opinion. You know, I'd rather be honest with you than lie to you, give you bullshit. You know how many bullshit? You know how many of these creators on here lie to you every day of how they feel? You have any idea how many of them lie to you every day? That they support all this stuff that you say that you support? You're getting lied to on a lot of it. A lot of these folks are about that money. And they know if they do not agree with you, and that's a problem, that money stops. That's why I always tell folks, hey, if you support me, I'm always going to tell you the truth, man. Don't get mad if you support the program for it and I come out and I'm saying something you disagree with, don't get mad. You know what I mean? Don't get mad at me. You know, it is what it is. Well, lady, I got all ladies up here. How about I said gentlemen? Ladies, I'm going to drop you, and then I'm going to say goodbye to the audience and tell them what I made for the line. But I appreciate you guys coming up and hanging
Love
out.
you,
It was,
Rudy.
Thanks, Rudy.
Yeah,
hey,
thanks again,
Thank you
Rudy.
so much.
I appreciate you, ladies. You guys
Good
have
night,
a great
everybody.
night.
Good night.
Good night, Sylvia.
All right, this is the part of the live. I tell you guys what I made. Okay, and let's see here. And Tiki Talks, I made $13.14 from the whole live, and from Cash App, I made $75, and so I made $75. I appreciate you guys. We had a live goal of 125, so we got 75 out of 125. I appreciate you guys for coming in here. Hopefully, I'll be in here tomorrow. I'm trying to get on here at 5 every day, 5 to 8. So hopefully they're going to start showing the live more. We get more people in here, and I just want to have a good conversation. So yep, I'm going to go get ready for work, and hopefully you guys have a great night and you enjoyed the live. Please consider hitting the follow button. Go check out the content. I know $75. Hey man, $75 is, you know what? That's $75 I didn't have before. So you know what? I appreciate it no matter what. So hey, God bless guys. You guys take it easy, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to try to be on here tomorrow at like I think 5. I know I think I got to pick my kid up from school. So I'll be on here tomorrow, and hopefully you never know. What time's the State of the Union? Is that 9 o'clock or is it 8 o'clock? I think it starts at 9, don't it? I think it starts at 9. But I will see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully you enjoyed the live. 8, is it 8? I have to check. If it's at 8, I'll show it. All right. Well, it's 9. I think it's 9. All right. Well, you guys have a good night, man. God bless, and pray for this day.